explosion inside there?
Yep. Okay, I'm live.
All right.
I hope all the firemen are okay. Everyone that works there.
I hope everybody in Richmond and out of Richmond's all right.
Yeah.
Don't get in our lungs, you know.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks for the food.
You're welcome. Oh, Jesus.
Hear that?
Yep.
Something exploding inside that.
Yep.
I've been hearing it for quite a while, you know, that explosion.
Yep.
Before I noticed all that smoke, I asked Alexa if it was going to rain. She said no.
I heard you.
It wasn't going to rain, and I called you in here to look at that smoke.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm a pretty smart girl, you know that.
Yep, you're on live. Just know,
Oh,
everyone in the world can hear you.
okay, I want you.
Did you move this?
I didn't touch nothing, Tracy. Wait, ask me about it. Look at my bed, little one. My bed. Oh, my cutie.
evacuation orders for residents and persons within 0.5 miles of the incident has been issued. Those outside of the 0.5 miles in east and northeast or downwind of the incident are encouraged to shelter in place. To shelter in place, turn off HVAC units, keep windows and doors closed, and bring pets inside until advised further.
Ain't Kitty 5 miles radius? Huh?
No, Kenny's far away. They said half mile, didn't they?
They said 5 miles.
Might have to go over to Kenny's house.
Can't go out.
Well, if we have to evacuate, we will have to go out. I can't find the mask I just pulled out. I think they have to open a new one. Let me through to your room, please. I can check it.
You look there. Oh, my bad. Half mile. Half mile east and northeast.
I thought they said 5 miles.
No, half mile. That's so weird.
After a while, you have to empty my pot. I mean, take them eggs out. You know?
in from upstairs.
She is there.
That's a similar view. Animals are being extremely quiet. The animals are being really quiet.
Hello?
Hello?
What are you doing? Huh?
I'm watching the fire
Oh, where's it at?
over there by the factory.
Is
So I'm dropping up for.
this JJ?
Yeah.
Now,
That's Martell.
where you watching the far at?
This is Martell. I'm sitting on your porch.
It is the
You ain't
softest,
sitting on
softest
my
fabrication
porch.
you've ever felt. Okay,
Yeah,
so
this is
we
Martell.
have in the beautiful
You're not
orange.
Martell.
This is the
Now
nice
shut
orange.
up and
It is
talk right.
really bright and beautiful.
About as big as him,
It's
man.
fresh. It's a
No,
fresh
you
orange.
ain't.
In addition, we have it in the
Wait a
green.
minute now. Where you watching
This
the
is
far
going
at?
to be a beautiful rose color.
Oh,
And then
okay.
look at that sky blue.
She don't think anybody look at it.
Blue.
We'll be watching.
Huh?
We'll be watching and see what she doing.
This is called Alien Shield. And what Alien Shield is, I basically
I just
call
call
it.
her.
I looked out the window
You get a crack in a pipe.
and I saw this black
Dripping water,
dark
dripping water,
smoke.
outside your garden hose,
And
water sliding all over the
I
place.
asked Alexa, was it gonna rain? She said, no, there's no rain
And it works.
today.
It's not like regular
And I
tape. You
called
put it on,
Tracy
it's all
and
over the
there was
place.
a
It basically
daggone
seals it
fire
up.
in the factory.
Is that really the price? Did they look at the price?
What place
Come on,
is it?
Caputo. Now, Caputo has been with us.
What place is it? It's on fire.
It's at a plastic factory.
Oh, okay, the one right there on the corner.
And he knows all about it.
I guess
You and I
I don't
both
know.
experienced it, right? Go home and you're like, there's water in the
So what you been doing? Working hard.
Not all.
I'm telling you, safe.
Uh,
Open interest, take care of babies,
Now, if you've ever tried our regular alien
all that
you
fun
know
stuff.
how amazing that is. This uses
Take
that
care.
same technology, we call it a nanotechnology, where
Oh,
it's
your mammies.
adhesive on the back of this. It's more
Take
like
care,
that
mammies.
suction cups, if you can imagine that. So it sticks using
What
that
you
kind
doing?
of extension, okay? When
Just
you
hanging
take
out,
this off
enjoying
of here,
herself.
you notice right away that it's only sticking
Sun
on one
herself.
side. Yeah. So unlike
Enjoying
our
herself.
alien tape where it's sticky on
Okay.
both sides, this is only sticky
Yeah,
on the back
just
side.
hanging out, doing her fun.
You don't want this side to stick to anything. You want
Yeah.
this side to the barrel that's gonna keep all the
Yeah,
heat
no
down here, whatever it is you're trying to repair.
I'm
So,
actually
you can
scraping up the
purchase
floor,
any
I'm
pair
gonna
of
put
scissors
towel
that
down,
you're getting it
scrub
out of
it
here.
down.
Let me show you exactly how this works,
I'm
okay?
still looking at $10.
I know, it's ridiculous.
Because the last time I
Maybe
bought
for a roll.
it was $19.95.
I know.
And order it is 15.
You ain't got that phone for me.
I'm gonna buy it.
Are you-
Alexa come on saying,
This is one of those spots you wanna have
keep
before
the
you
animals
go. I'll tell you
in,
that
y'all
straight up right
stay
now.
in.
Okay, so we got this pipe right here. You and I were just
That's what
talking
they
about
said, didn't
when
they?
you got that leaky pipe that's got, you know, that
You don't have to stay
You
in.
see right there, we're having a bit of an issue here, okay?
We on the other side, you
I'm
can
gonna
pay
dump
for
that
city.
water out right there. I'm just gonna grab one of the pieces that I pre-cut over here. Let's see
somewhere
if
like
this one.
that.
All right.
There you
Got
go.
a piece. You
Got
can
your
see
own
that
head sitting there.
clearly. I'm just gonna really
I got your own head sitting there.
Now, the key to this, when you're working with it, is you just want to make sure you got that grit seal around the edges. Now,
Yeah, I saw
you
that.
can see that's
Fire.
Watch this. I'm going to come in here.
Oh,
We're going to dip it in the water. We're going to hold it up again.
it's pretty black.
Look at
Oh,
that.
yeah, and it's still black.
That's a second to do. You know, I could do that underwater, but I don't want to
See, Mom, they can hear the conversation.
Well,
Oh, yeah. The whole bunch of them here.
Yep.
Catch on fire. Warehouses, no factories.
yeah,
Yeah,
they've been.
Jay, I'm doing the live feed in Mom's room. They can hear you.
Oh, so you got me on speakerphone?
Yeah.
You know, road.
Yeah, well, I'll call you back when it's over.
All
You can
right.
tell me what happened. All right, y'all be good now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
When I was a kid, when I was a Boy Scout, right, when you go camping, the one the Appalachian Trail, right, and they would tell us, if it's raining, don't put your finger, don't poke the top of the tent. What do you think everybody did? Put their finger through the top of the tent.
Hang up, Jay.
Let's see if that really works. Yeah. So this is perfect for that. But there's some other
Hang
things
up,
that you might
Jay.
not think about. For instance, this is just a screen we took off of a window. There's a big cut right here through there. You know, if you got dogs, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They love to go through these things. Right there, we just took some of that alien shield, we put it on there, so now those seams, the mosquitoes, any of those flying pesky critters, they're not going to get in there at you. Let me give you another example, okay? Here is a garden hose. We were just talking about this. The end of the hose right here broke off, okay? Well, it didn't really break off, but actually split right there, probably from being cold. And you can see, you can barely see, but that's alien shield all along there. And all I did was take it, cut it to length, wrap it around here. Let me give you one more example, okay, of how you can use this. And this is one that I, didn't even think about. Let's see, this fancy umbrella. Boom, just like that. Right there, on top of this. Do you see that? Right there, we put the alien shield because one day we were out walking, the umbrella started leaking, and we fixed it like that.
You know what's funny? When I used mine,
See, that's a 5 mile radius.
months and months ago,
I remember.
an area of the awning, there's a little tear. Where it was hitting, little tear, alien tape, perfect.
Come here, Tracy.
Dripping through. All right, and look at this. We are so busy right now. I know you're stocking up. You've never tried it before.
Nice, don't touch it. You'll make it. Pew.
Somewhere. And it's not just
You need to charge.
big ones, okay? We'll show you
No, that's
that.
0.5.
Camper,
That's
okay,
half a
this
mile.
is right. is. Yeah, where you could have a leak. That's a swimming pool, right? Yeah. And the minute you put it on there, remember, just give it a good rub across. That's what gets all those little suction cups going.
That's exactly right.
Now turn on channel 7, see what they're saying.
There's a little game on.
You just gotta make sure that you press really well around the edges to get that to seal. So we've got a bunker right here. I am the king of damaging tools. And what I mean by that is, like, for instance, if I'm using edge clippers and they're corded, I'm gonna cut that cord. It's gonna happen. Okay.
Officers found David Simmons dead from a gunshot wound inside the apartment. Police arrested the 14-year-old boy. WHIO TV tonight does have calls into police to find out what led up to the shooting.
New at 5, investigators said the bank employee who opened fire on his co-workers in downtown Louisville was about to be fired. Now, these 5 people were killed. They are Thomas Elliott, James Tutt, Juliana Farmer, Joshua Barrett, and Deanna Eckert. At least 8 people were injured, including rookie police officer Nicholas Wilt, who was just 2 weeks into the job. He got shot in the head. Police say he's stable, but in critical
Poor
condition.
baby.
We have to take action now.
He's a new police officer. He's probably about 21, 22, got shot in the head.
This gun violence epidemic now.
Like that young lady that got shot last year. I think it was last year.
Police are working
That's
to
horrible.
release body camera video in response to the shooting this evening. They said the suspect bought the gun legally a week ago. It was an AR-15 style rifle.
Right now, the National Law Enforcement Memorial is engraving the names of the hundreds of officers killed last year in the line of duty. There were 2 killed here in the Miami Valley. Clark County Deputy Matt Gates was shot and killed in July while responding to reports of a person shot in a mobile home in Harmony Township. Then in August, Sierra Burton was shot during a traffic stop. She died 39 days later. News Center 7's Glenn Miller is in D.C. learning what's being done to lower these numbers.
This is where those officers are being remembered, here on this wall. If you look closely, you can see some of these names. There are tens of thousands of names on this wall, with hundreds more being added from last year. Piece by piece, the stone being chipped away and replaced with the name of each law enforcement officer killed in the line of duty.
Today, you start the engraving of names of 556 officers.
That includes the 224 officers who died in the line of duty last year. Fewer than 2021 because significantly fewer officers died from COVID in 2022. But when it came to gun violence, the same number of officers were shot and killed in the line of duty.
Welcome to this very sacred space.
This week, the 2-week-long process begins to add those names to this wall at the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial.
These law enforcement officers thought they were coming home at the end of the day, and they did not.
Leaders with the Memorial Fund say they're now pushing law enforcement agencies to have more safety and wellness programs to focus on gun-related incidents. Their hope that it leads to fewer line-of-duty deaths and fewer names added here.
We are dedicated to being here because they can't, and to watch over the heroism and the sacrifice that every one of these names represent.
This wall was first built in 1991. Already there are so many names on it, they've had to extend the wall to add to it. In Washington, I'm Blair Miller, News Center 7.
We want to give you a live look in D.C. Leaders in Washington, they are on high alert after somebody leaked several highly classified documents online. Officials confirmed the documents are authentic. They said some of them expose the extent of U.S. eavesdropping on allies, including South Korea, Israel, and Ukraine. Others seem to divulge key witnesses in Ukrainian weaponry and military readiness. And less than an hour ago, I talked one-on-one with Dayton Congressman Mike Turner. He's the head of the U.S. House Intelligence Committee. They had a lot to say about this leak.
And we don't know what else is out there. Those are the ones that have been made public. We don't know if any have been transferred to any foreign government or to Russia themselves. And then they could utilize those, of course, to weaken Ukraine's ability to defend itself.
Now, Turner said steps are being taken to tighten the flow of such highly sensitive documents and figure out where the leak came from.
Drivers in Kettering will have to deal with some construction. Sky 7 shows the view above East Dorothy Lane. Crews have closed a stretch of the road between Schroyer and Far Hills Avenue. They're putting in a new water main. The work will take place from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. through Friday. The Dayton Dragons are just hours away from their home opener against the Great Lakes Loons.
And we just learned moments ago that the Dragons sold out that home opener.
What a relief.
Yes, and the team sold out in the last 1,400 games, and that's the most of any sports team in North America. However, the season had not sold out again just until about a few minutes ago. First pitching at Dayton Ballpark. That's tonight at 7:05. And Storm Center 7 Chief Meteorologist McCall Rydags. He's also live at Dayton Ballpark.
McCall, you know, Mother Nature sure did hit a home run for baseball fans this evening. Pardon the bad pun.
Oh, no, it was a great pun, Cheryl. And it is a fantastic day for baseball for opening day. The Great Lakes players, they're out there now. As you can see behind me, they're warming up. I was told that the Dragons will be out shortly to start to do their batting cages and their pitches to get warmed up for the game. Speaking of being warmed up, it is warm out here right now. I'm standing directly in the sun. Temperatures are sitting at 74 degrees in the Dayton area. Across the entire Miami Valley, we have made it into the 70s. And I heard just a few moments ago that the record warmest temperature at first pitch for the home opener was 72 degrees, which the home opener is beginning first pitch at 7:05. So we'll have to wait and see as to whether or not we're going to actually hit that 72 degrees for our first pitch of the game. Right now, I'm forecasting that first pitch is going to be at about 70 degrees. We will have mostly sunny skies here at first pitch, and we'll see those temperatures dropping back through the 60s as we head throughout the innings. I'll tell you this much, if you're headed down to the game, it is great weather for it, but bring the sweatshirt with you because by the time the sun goes down, it will probably start to feel a little bit cooler here at the ballpark. I'm going to give you an update as we continue through the 90 minutes of news as to what we're expecting and experiencing here at Dayton Ballpark for the rest of the evening. Plus, a look at the rest of your week's forecast. Will it stay sunny and warm? I have that answer coming up later on.
I was amazed that she lived this fulfilled, selfless life, and she was still just disposed of.
This is a touching story you will only see here on News Center 7. A World War II era nurse is finally laid to rest with her husband after the urn holding her ashes was found in a dumpster.
New video of troopers cornering a suspect after a chase. What that suspect was wearing when he was arrested.
Coming up on Wheel.
Money! Shut up.
Casper! Could he be the unluckiest real contestant ever? Find out if it ever spins his way.
Buckeye EcoCare provides quality custom lawn care service. You'll have the same route manager servicing your lawn every time, and we guarantee a 48-hour service call policy. Since 1984, we've been treating your lawns just like ours.
An accident happens in a split second. The aftermath can affect the lives of every loved one involved. Elk and Elk knows this, and it's why we're there for every client, every day. Elk and Elk, serious lawyers for serious injuries.
Are you tired of that ugly front door? Is your storm door falling apart? Call Doors Galore today for all your entry door, storm door, and patio door needs. Let Doors Galore welcome you home.
Watch me roam, discover, explore. The forest is quiet, the river will roll.
One slip by the fire is all it took, but they made my arm better. Just take a look. Under moon and stars, that's where I love to stay. Let's go play in the woods. I'll show you the way. Watch me. The place to turn for any bird. Shriners Children's Ohio. The most amazing air anywhere.
Upgrade the look of your deck with Menards. Pittsburgh Deck Cleaner removes dirt and mildew stains to restore your deck. Apply before staining. A 2.5-gallon container is $14.99 after rebate. Complete your deck's makeover with Pittsburgh paints and stains. Pittsburgh Stain and Sealant protects and highlights the natural beauty of wood. UV light and abrasion resistance ensures a beautiful, long-lasting coating. A gallon of ultra-advanced semi-transparent stain and sealant is $34.49 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
We don't do things the easy way. We do it the Drake way.
Every signature series system has a 12-year all repairs free warranty.
We're not happy until you're comfy.
We don't do
you about a tragic crash in Anderson Township that killed 3 people. One of them was a AAA worker who was helping a stranded driver. Here's Jessica Hart with AAA's message for all drivers.
38-year-old Keith Skaggs is about to enter the happiest period of his life.
He's scheduled to get married the 1st of July.
Saying I do to his true love, Karen Helton.
You can see that the love between Keith and Karen was pretty evident.
It's a wedding that will never happen. Skaggs was killed in a deadly crash that took the lives of 2 others Friday night.
Dangerous driving kills people.
Skaggs worked for AAA. He was loading a member's car onto the back of a tow truck when he was hit and killed.
They're truly out there trying to help somebody out of a dangerous situation. And every day these women and men put their lives on the line on the side of the highway. Even though we have slowed down and moved over laws, not many people obey it.
AAA Director of Fleet Operations Chris Overpeck met Skaggs a few weeks ago. He helped Overpeck's mother when her car broke down.
He's one of those individuals who truly love this job, truly loves helping people.
Keith, let me tell you, Keith is my grunt guy. Whenever I needed odds and ends things done that were usually everything from go pick up chicken for a church event to grab a couple guys and move this for me, Keith was my guy.
Skaggs' pastor Jim Love says his death is a double gut punch to his family.
For his parents, they've just lost their second son, and they only have 2 sons.
Love says his older brother Kevin died 5 years ago of a brain tumor. He was 39.
How far can your heart sink for a family?
A family that will now have to relive the grief of losing a child.
Jessica Hart reporting. The AAA fleet will host a vigil for Skaggs at their fleet garage in Cincinnati at 7:30 tomorrow evening.
Shut the club! Where your hands up!
New body camera video shows the moments troopers surrounded a crashed car on I-75 South in Shelby County. Troopers stopped Joseph Landers in Lima. They said he then took off, leading troopers on a chase. After the crash, troopers said Landers tried to run. Troopers caught him and arrested him. He was wearing a bulletproof vest. Newsletter said that it's working to learn the charges Landers faces. Now at 5, we did get a better idea of what led to the rescue of 32 dogs from a Miami County home last week. Miami County Animal Shelter Director Rob Crack said they were first made aware of the now condemned house when 2 dogs were brought to the shelter. Based on the dogs' behavior, they knew something was wrong. The shelter did an inspection on the house, and the next day found the rest of the dogs.
They had all the doors locked so that the people couldn't go in and the dogs couldn't come out. But as I mentioned before, the conditions were really, really bad.
He said 16 charges of negligence have been filed, and now the shelter is preparing all of the dogs for adoption. So, give your pets some extra love today. I know you always do, Gabby. Today is all about them, your loved pets.
But I haven't posted any pictures yet, so I need to do that. It is National Pet Day, and it's the time to pay special attention to your best animal friend. Whatever animal companion brings you joy, take some time today to make sure you're providing them the very best environment. And, of course, we'd like to see your pictures of your pets, so send them to us. You can go to our WHIO News app and click Upload Photos on the bottom right of your screen.
My dog thinks every day is National Pet Day.
It is.
Chief Meteorologist McCall Brighteyes joins us with your Storm Center 7 forecast. Just the most spectacular day, especially for baseball.
I know, and I'm a little jealous of your assignment, McCall.
You know, my job is hard sometimes. I mean, I'm going to need to take a break after this. You know what? The weather is great. I know, right? I told you about 5-10 minutes ago that the record warmest temperature at first pitch was 72 degrees. I also found out there's only been 2 times where the temperature was above 65 at first pitch. So this makes it the 3rd time that that's going to happen, because I see those temps for us this afternoon and early evening in the 70s. Right now we're at about 74 degrees at first pitch. I actually did change this right now, so we're going to wait and see. 72 degrees at 7 o'clock. First pitch is at 7:05. It's fantastic weather for baseball tonight. We are seeing the Great Lakes are warming up behind us, and the Dragons should be out soon enough. 66 degrees at 8 o'clock, and then 64 at 9. I will mention that you'll probably want to make sure that you bring a sweatshirt with you if you are going to be out here this evening through the end of the game, because it
it is going to be a little bit chilly as we head toward later into this evening. Live Doppler 7 does show that we are free and clear. We are not going to be tracking any rain for tonight's baseball game. So if you have tickets to come to the game tonight, really is going to be a nice one for us. We go into the overnight hours and we're looking at those temps dropping to about 51 degrees. We'll stay dry through the night. Tomorrow, a chilly start like we had this morning, a jacket or a sweatshirt in the morning. But as we head into the afternoon, we are going to see those temperatures rising back into the mid to upper 70s. So another sunny day for us and temperatures more than 10 degrees above average. Typical highs this time of year should be in the low 60s. As we look through these warmer days and these sunny days as well, we are still dealing with that higher pollen count. Our grass pollen and our tree pollen is still measuring at a high level. So if you are coming out to see some baseball tonight, you might want to make sure that you did take that allergy medicine for us today. Looking ahead to tomorrow's game, that's going to be another one for us where we're going to have plenty of sunshine. So first pitch again tomorrow night for game 2, 73 degrees at first pitch. We will fall back through those 60s throughout the game. And then we are going to look at those temps back into the 60s by the 9th inning tomorrow evening. Baseball weather looks great for the rest of the week if you have plans to come to the Dragons game tonight, tomorrow, even Thursday or Friday. I do see a slight chance for a passing pop-up later Friday afternoon. But even that said, I do expect that the baseball game is going to go on without a hitch. And there's a better chance that it's going to be dry than you see a straight shower come through. Temperatures through the end of the week stay in the 70s. We go into the weekend. That's when I do see that next chance for rain to come in. Pop-up shower, thunderstorm maybe on Saturday afternoon. Still a chance, less than 30%. Cold front comes in Saturday night into early Sunday. That'll give us a little bit of a better chance for rain. And you can see in the 7-day forecast, cooler weather comes in behind it. But it's back to normal, more like the upper 50s to low 60s as we head into the early part of next week. I'm going to stick around here for at least the next hour, keeping an eye on what's happening here at Dayton Ballpark. Hopefully we're going to see the Dragons coming out shortly, and I'm going to give you a live update here right on Channel 7. I'm Sports Center 7 Chief Meteorologist McCall Bright. Back to you guys in the studio.
It's a story you will only see on News Center 7. Loved ones laid to rest a World War II era nurse after the urn holding her ashes somehow turned up in a dumpster. The work to make today happen.
Skiers are okay with all this snow, but people are worried about all this combined with rising temperatures could cause some big problems.
2 RNs on staff set us apart in birth injury cases.
Elk and elk, every climate, every day.
The Storm Center 7 to be on top of the threat for weather. We want to make sure that wherever you are, we are.
Have a plan ready for when severe weather strikes.
Know what you need to do no matter where you are. Go through where is the safe place in your house.
Somewhere low to the ground, lowest level of a building, as many walls between you and the potential tornado as possible.
Our purpose is to prepare you for severe weather and letting you know what's going on.
In the clearest way possible.
To make sure that you're safe.
Celebrate the great outdoors and save big on a new spa during Watson's Spring Fever Sale. Top brand spas as low as $39.99, plus 12-month special financing. Now through Monday during the Spring Fever Sale, only at Watson.
After months of hibernation, it's time to reemerge and start fresh during Ford SUV season. It's the best time to get a new Ford Escape, Explorer, and Edge. There's a huge selection of Ford SUVs on the lot, with more vehicles arriving daily. Don't wait. It's Ford SUV season, and the time to get to your local Ford dealer is now. Get 0.9 for 60, plus 1,500 retail trade assist cash, and 5-year 100,000-mile powertrain coverage, plus 3 years no-charge maintenance.
We got big electric rate increases coming. Cleveland, 93%. Columbus, up to 30%. Dayton, you already got slate. And you're going to pay for it when this hot summer sets in. The most expensive part of your utility bill is to cool your home. So if you don't want to spend a small fortune, let me offset these costs by foaming your home. We still have the $99 a month to foam your walls. Plus, we got the kickback of $1,200 on the energy credit.
USA Insulation.
Car accident or injury claim? Call the law offices of Blake Mason. Want more? Call Ford.
If you need new roofing, gutters, siding, or windows, Blue Knight will make
make sure the job is done right. We're first responder owned, and we offer veteran and first responder discounts. Plus, same as cash and monthly financing offers available. Call Blue Knight Roofing and Restoration today and get started on your next project.
Breaking news, weather, and traffic. Weekdays starting at 4:25 a.m. WHIO-TV is an equal opportunity employer.
Here in Ohio, the weather the past few days has been wonderful. However, I should say other parts of the U.S. are dealing with record snow.
Look at these numbers. In Vermont, there's a total of 221 inches at Snow Ski Resort. There's over 700 inches of snow this season at Tahoe and Mammoth in California. But the most snow is in Alta, Utah, where people are dealing with 877 inches. Avalanche danger forced lodges to lock down for 5 days last week. Skiers and workers were not even allowed to go outside when the lockdown lifted this weekend. The dig out began. Now there's a new fear, the big melt.
We're dealing with spring wet slides as opposed to winter cold slides, which can be almost as damaging.
And the cleanup is costly. It will take about $20,000 to remove the snow just in Mammoth, California.
Oh, I had goosebumps the whole time. I couldn't have asked for anything better for her. It was everything she deserved.
A World War II era nurse is finally laid to rest with her husband. Today's burial all possible because of two women who were dumpster diving.
And a live look from Richmond, Indiana, and that massive fire we're covering is breaking news. People from miles around can see the smoke. We'll check in with Brandon Lewis live.
This portion of News Center 7 is brought to you by Foreign Exchange. Visit our location on Colonel Glen for expert service for import cars at less than the dealer. Check on foreignx.com for a location near you.
We're with Oscar winner Nicolas Cage, his Moonstruck memories.
I did get slapped a few times.
No, you did not.
XCT.
What's up, dude? I've only been home for a week, and it's already been fast.
Bingo! What's your nephew?
There's gotta be a better way to spend my summer. Do what I'm doing. Taking classes at Sinclair. They have a ton of classes for my major. It's gonna make next semester so much easier. Aren't you still in Columbus? They have online and in-person class options. But I go to A-State University. It doesn't matter. Transferring credits is a smooth process at Sinclair. It's as easy as... I'm going to Sinclair. Make the most of your summer at Sinclair.
If you've been thinking about buying a quality adjustable bed, then preview our superior adjustable beds at Mattress Innovations before you buy. Watch TV, read, get a good night's sleep.
The factory is our store.
Being a victim of medical malpractice can affect every part of your world. Elkin Elk knows this, and it's why we're there for every client, every day. Elkin Elk, serious lawyers for serious injuries.
Join our 7 Circle of Kindness and help feed your neighbors in need right here in the Miami Valley. Saturday, April 15th from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Go to any of the 3 Box Market locations. WHIO-TV Channel 7 will be collecting food for Miami Valley Meals, working through a network of partner organizations to feed the hungry. Show your kindness and come see us. Feed the hungry at the 7 Circle of Kindness food drive from your friends at WHIO-TV Channel 7.
Sponsored by Moore's Home in Ashley. When we join in union, we're partners for life.
Pathways Financial Credit Union is your partner.
If we move, we join a new community.
Pathways is in Dayton, Springfield.
Oh, Lord, it's still going.
Pathways Financial Credit Union, your true financial partner.
Boy, it is bad, man. Oh, man.
10% off everything at Menards.
Man, oh, man.
Blocks, grills, and outdoor furniture transform your home from ordinary to extraordinary. Head to the garden center and check out all the plants and soils you need to keep your garden growing strong. Add a finishing touch to your patio with this 4-piece Berkeley Bay patio collection. It's just $12.99.99 after 11% rebate. Save big money at Menards. From the WHIO Broadcast Center in high definition, this is News Center 7.
We start with an update on that breaking news we first reported at 5. You're looking live from our weather camera. This is in Richmond, Indiana. This
Come here, Tracy.
fire. Take a look. People there are being
Richmond. Come on, Richmond.
fire at a plastic recycling facility.
Get there.
Gabrielle and Wright.
I'm Cheryl McHenry, James
Uh-oh.
Street in Richmond. And now anyone with
Get over there and get a nap.
I got a nap.
Brandon, people can see this. I mean, that is a massive plume of smoke.
It is Gabby and Cheryl. We also learned that Richmond schools have canceled all evening activities because of this fire. So we're about 1.5 miles away from the scene, which is at 358 Northwest F Street. Can't really smell anything from this fire, but you can definitely see its aftermath with this huge plume of black smoke going up to the sky. When we were driving here to Richmond along I-70, we can see the smoke and all this from miles away as we were coming here. So when I talked to the mayor this afternoon, he said this was all taking place at a plastic recycling and containment plant. We believe a trailer on that site caught fire earlier today and just spread quickly. He described it as a very volatile situation, so that's why we have all these first responders here at the scene. He told us just as media, just to be safe and be at least 1 mile away from the scene just for our safety. So we don't know just how large the response is, but he knows as many units have been called in to fight this fire. We know it broke out sometime earlier today, still trying to narrow down the time of when that happened. But when I talked to the mayor around 4:30, he believed that nobody was injured at that time. Still working to talk with the fire chief to see what caused this and to see if anyone has been injured since the last time we talked with the mayor. Again, Richmond schools have canceled all evening activities because of this fire. Anything else that we learn about this, we'll let you know both on air and online, but at least for right now, it looks like this fire has not been put out. We're live in Richmond. Brandon Lewis, News Center 7.
All right, Brandon, thank you. And look at this. This is a live look at Doppler 7 radar. It's picking up smoke from the fire. Take a look. You see the green and blue blip on your screen? It is stretching all the way, that smoke is, into the Dayton area.
A News Center 7 exclusive. We were the only station there for a memorial service after 2 women discovered an urn in a dumpster in Huber Heights.
News Center 7's Kayla McDermott talked with one of the women today at Enum Cemetery, where the urn containing the woman's remains was laid to rest at last.
2 women were here dumpster diving, and when they opened up one of the lids, they found an urn inside, and they knew that they had to do something. It's just disrespectful and disgusting. Cheyenne Richardson could not understand who would throw someone away. We sometimes stop at dumpsters because a lot of places throw away food. We pulled up, and I immediately seen a black box, and I picked it up, and it was heavy. Richardson and her wife were in disbelief when they realized she was holding an urn. And I flipped it around and seen a sticker with a funeral home name on it, someone's name, death date, things like that. And I was like, okay, with the weight of the box and this sticker, she's definitely inside. She began researching who the urn belonged to. So I plugged her name into Ancestry, and right away it came up her cadet cards. She found out the urn belonged to Doug Clark, who was a World War II era nurse. I was amazed that she lived this fulfilled, selfless life. She was still just disposed of. Her husband, Keith, has been buried at Enum Cemetery since the 90s, waiting for his wife, who was supposed to join him when she died. Like, we were both talking to her in our heads, like, just show us where you are. Like, we want to put you to rest, just show us where you are. I was coming up this way, and I seen her, and I was like, she's right here. Richardson immediately called Dawn, who works at the cemetery. We were ready to raise money or do whatever we needed to do to, like, be able to bury her. But she was surprised again. When we called Don, he was like, you know, if you're willing to bring her here, I will bury her. Because that's just crazy. We gave her ashes to Don and that she was safe. Nobody could hurt her anymore. Because of the Richardsons, Clark was properly put to rest 10 years after passing away. That God forbid something like this happens to me. Or the favors returned, and that somebody takes me back to my wife. Clark received a final tribute Nurse Honor Guard ceremony. It was everything she deserved. And Richardson feels honored herself that she was able to be there for Clark. Like, I feel like I met her, and I knew her, and I grieved her all in, like, such a short amount of time. It's taken a decade, but the Clarks are finally back together, all thanks to 2 women who were dumpster diving. In Enum, Kayla McDermott, News Center 7.
This afternoon, a man is in jail accused of stabbing a woman in West Carrollton. Police said it happened last night at the Miami Valley Sports Bar on Water Tower Lane. Right now, they say it's not clear what led up to the stabbing. We're working to learn how the woman is doing.
A man who went to police and told them he shot and killed a woman is now facing a reckless homicide charge. Miami Miami County prosecutors initially charged Brian Mason with murder. However, court documents show a grand jury indicted Mason for reckless homicide. Mason showed up at the Miami Springs Police Department last month and said he accidentally shot his friend. Deputies then went to the Miami County home and found Michelle Elliott dead. Mason has pleaded not guilty. He's in the Miami County jail. Changing gears entirely, in less than 90 minutes now, the Dayton Dragons 2023 home opener gets underway. Tonight, they will take on the Great Lake Blues. Love that name.
Yes, it's hard to say a little bit for me. This will be the Dragons' 23rd season in Dayton. Dragons broadcaster Tom Nichols told News Center 7, Dayton provides a special atmosphere for players.
Well, for the players, playing in Dayton's a memorable experience. We know that because we talked to former Dragons players who've gone to the Reds, and they'll continue to talk about the way things were in Dayton with the big crowds every single night.
Storm Center 7 Chief Meteorologist McCall Brightags joins us live from Day Air Ballpark.
And McCall, baseball fans could not ask for a better day.
Somebody sing it.
No, they could not. And apparently the Dragons played last Friday, and they were up near the Cleveland area, and the temperature there was in the 30s. And I heard that the shortstop actually developed an injury from the cold weather, but we are ready to celebrate the openers. We have the green team out on the field. They're getting ready. I saw them actually practicing their dance for the fans in just a little bit. You know what? I'm so happy to be here for the home opener. The temperature outside right now is perfect. We have temps sitting in the 70s across the Miami Valley. We're at 74 degrees right now in the Dayton area, and I heard that the record warmest home opener for the Dragons is 72 degrees. And I'm looking at the potential for those temperatures to actually be at about 72 at first pitch, which, by the way, is at 7:05 this evening. So if you're headed down to see the game, just make sure that you bring a sweatshirt with you, because by the time the sun goes down, we're going to be dropping back into the 60s. And when you lose the sunshine, it is going to feel a little bit cooler. But that really is the only negative that I could come up with for coming out to the game tonight. And I'm looking ahead into the forecast for not only tonight, but the next few days for more of the games. And it looks like the weather is going to be just as nice, with highs in the 70s right on through Friday. Coming up in just a little bit, I am going to take a look at that weekend forecast for us. I do see the chance for rain and some cooler weather that is going to return in the Miami Valley. For now, though, I'm enjoying the weather here at Day Air Ballpark, getting ready for the Dragons to come out and do a little warm-up before the game. I'm Storm Center 7 Chief Meteorologist McCall Brightags here at Day Air Ballpark. Send it back to you guys.
Thanks, McCall. Well, some people use this app to write songs. Others use it to do homework. The company using the artificial intelligence tech to change lives.
The White House has a new strategy to crack down on fentanyl. We break down this latest effort and how it could impact this growing epidemic.
News Center 7 is brought to you by Schaefer & Company, a first-class contractor specializing in full-service remodeling, making your house a home since 1954.
Breaking news, a forecast tailored to the Miami Valley, and the latest traffic report.
It's all 100% free with the WHIO News and Weather apps. Just search WHIO in the App Store.
And take coverage you can count on wherever you go.
Medical bills piling up after an injury?
Elk and Elk, serious lawyers for serious injuries.
Create your perfect room for entertaining, relaxing, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get 25% off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today. Patio enclosures.
Hi, sweetie. Hey, Mom. There's a mascot under my bed.
You mean a monster?
No, a mascot. He says he wants to talk to you about home and auto insurance.
Don't worry, honey. We have NJM. They have a certified auto claims experience and dedicated reps, so they don't need gimmicks.
With some insurance companies, you get a mascot.
What's a gimmick?
Me, apparently. With NJM, you get a dedicated rep whose top priority is you. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
After months of hibernation, it's time to reemerge and start fresh during Ford SUV season. It's the best time to get a new Ford Escape, Explorer, and Edge. There's a huge selection of Ford SUVs on the lot, with more vehicles arriving daily. Don't wait. It's Ford SUV season, and the time to get to your local Ford dealer is now. Get 0.9 for 60, plus 1,500 retail trade assist cash, and 5-year 100,000-mile powertrain coverage, plus 3 years no-charge maintenance.
At Batteries Plus, we power family road trips. We power bedtime
nighttime stories. We power our local hospitals. We power connections with friends. We do more than replace batteries and fix phones and tablets. We help our neighbors power their lives. How powerful is that? Need a phone fixed? We got it. Get powered in-store, curbside, and at batteriesplus.com. Coming up on Wheel. Money! Justin! Could he be the unluckiest real contestant ever? Find out if it ever spins his way.
Balanced, fair, and accurate investigations from News Center 7. Coverage you can count on.
Today, the Biden administration is announcing a new strategy for cracking down on fentanyl trafficking. It comes as the latest CDC data shows this drug has contributed to a significant rise in overdose deaths. News Center 7's Kirsten Garris is breaking down these latest efforts.
Fentanyl use is growing in communities across the country. Federal data shows a majority of overdose deaths now include synthetic opioids like fentanyl. The Biden administration tells us this new plan intends to address the fentanyl supply chain. This includes better tracking of the equipment used to produce the drug. Another part focuses on the money funding these trafficking operations. Officials say the goal is to increase seizures of large amounts of cash that are smuggled at the southwest border. Members of the Black Harm Reduction Network want the White House to also help communities with prevention efforts. Turning now to Capitol Hill, Republicans are calling for more actions to strengthen the U.S.-Mexico border. In a recent hearing, some GOP leaders accused Democrats of inaction on the issue.
They want you to believe that we're doing a good job detecting and seizing it before it can enter the country and destroy and take American lives. That's simply not true.
How do we prevent deaths? People cannot go to treatment or come into recovery if they're dead. That should be the primary focus, is keeping people alive.
The White House says it will also increase efforts to block drug traffickers from accessing the U.S. financial system. In Washington, Kirsten Garris, News Center 7.
More Eyewitness 7 video keeps coming into our newsroom on this massive fire in Richmond. We're going to check back in with Brandon Lewis at the scene to find out what he's learning.
Using artificial intelligence to help people who are blind get around. The app that some have said has changed their lives.
Trust Dayton's only board-certified interventional pain specialist, Midwest Pain and Laser, with over 50 years combined experience in treating all degrees of venous disease. Your path to healthy legs is here. Call NDL today.
Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, focus, and dedication. At Shelter Insurance, we understand that because we put in the hard work and dedication for decades. And that commitment is paid off with award-winning customer service for your auto, home, and life insurance. Visit shelterinsurance.com and find an agent to help you choose the coverage you need. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We are your shelter.
Does your roof have a leak? Fix a small problem before it becomes big. Let the roofing professionals at Coveralls Home Improvement help you. Coveralls is GAF certified, licensed, insured, and bonded. Coveralls has over 100 positive reviews on Google, over 100 positive reviews on the BBB, and over 300 positive reviews on Bird Eye. Coveralls has you covered. Make the call today and receive free gutters with your roof replacement. Coveralls Home Improvement.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day, stretch the weekend, haul, or tow just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, now get a Ford F-150 XLT truck with 0% financing for 60 months plus $2,000 customer cash. Only from the Miami Valley Ford dealer.
Rising?
Please stop saying. As we welcome you back, take a live look from our weather camera in Richmond.
You're showing Richmond
This is
again.
breaking news all afternoon. That massive fire is still burning. Basically, no change since we last showed you this image about 15 minutes ago. That's
northwest.
From their
Yes.
ground level staff, we're going to check back in with them here.
Oh, that's my
15
phone.
minutes.
I'm marching on.
Hello?
New video shows the moment a building collapsed in Tijuana, Mexico. You can see emergency workers on the road just moments before the structure went down, sending out plumes of dust into the air. Tijuana's mayor said this is the second building to collapse in the area following a landslide. No word yet if anybody got hurt.
There's village in Russia completely covered in ash. One of the country's most active volcanoes erupted, shooting a cloud of ash into the sky. Some people, well, they're making the most of this and even building ash men rather than snowmen. About 300,000 people live in the impacted area.
ChatGPT has exploded onto the scene. The artificial intelligence technology is being used for everything from writing songs and poems to homework and resignation letters.
And as the NLA reports, a Danish company is now using it to help the blind.
Exploring the unknown can be overwhelming if you're blind. But for Jesper Holten, a new powerful tool is giving him greater freedom.
Virtual volunteer. This is a picture in a John Lewis sardines. The label is green and yellow and there is a wrinkle on the top of the can.
Danish phone app Be My Eyes uses ChatGPT, an artificial intelligence chatbot, to analyze an image and tell them what it is.
It tends to be in daily situations like when I'm cooking food and want to have a look at text.
Sometimes the simplest things can be difficult.
The app currently connects the blind with one of millions of sighted volunteers to understand a picture.
I think there are a lot of use cases where, you may feel like you're burdening someone.
Be my guide.
But now the phone sends photos to ChatGPT's image-to-text generator.
I see a potential for people to have more independence. For some people, it can even be difficult to ask other people for help.
The app's founder believes AI's potential is endless.
I have really had a hard time sleeping since this, because I think there's so many possibilities where this could go.
In my eyes.
And those possibilities excite Jesper.
If AI technology can help me gaining or regaining that level of confidence, that would really be something.
Gaining confidence and a new AI sense of independence.
Ian Lee reporting the app already translates around 180 languages, and the company hopes to roll out the new ChatGPT feature soon. Chief Meteorologist McCall Friday joins us with your Storm Center 7 forecast.
And McCall is live at Day Air Ballpark for the Dragons opening day, where the first pitch is about an hour and 15 minutes away, McCall.
Getting closer.
Yes, the weather is so great out here for the home opener for the Dragons, and we are just starting to smell more and more of the food here as we're standing here waiting for that first pitch at 7:05. Starting to see a few more people gathering, and it's going to be a great night for baseball. Temperatures right now are sitting in the mid-70s. We're at 74 degrees still in the Dayton area, and I keep telling you 72 degrees is the record warmest temperature at first pitch. It's still to be determined if we're actually going to make it there, so we're going to keep an eye on that number as we head into this evening. We go through the rest of tonight and we stay quiet just like this. So baseball weather or just cookout weather, maybe you already got the grill ready. A great night for that, to do some dogs and burgers at your own house. We're dropping back into the 60s. Once we get past sunset, it is going to start to feel a little bit cooler. And now that the sun has actually gone behind the stadium and I'm in the shade, I do feel a temperature difference. So it is a good idea to at least bring a sweatshirt with you for this evening. But we'll stay quiet and dry and then falling into the low 50s by tomorrow morning. Hourly forecast for tomorrow. We get back to the mid-70s. We will have lots of sunshine again tomorrow. So if you're not coming to tonight's games, but you're coming to tomorrow's game, it is going to be another night like tonight, where we start the night in the 70s and cool through the 60s. Same can be said for Thursday and Friday as well. Friday will come with a little bit more in the way of cloud cover. I am watching a chance of a stray shower for Friday, but I don't expect that we're going to have any wet weather by the time the game starts. In fact, most of the Miami Valley will stay dry on Friday. You can see our temperature trend here, 75 for tomorrow, 77 on Thursday, and then 78 for us on Friday. And those temperatures will stay in the 70s for Saturday before a cold front comes in and some cooler weather arrives after that. Let me walk you through Futurecast here so you have a little bit of a better idea of what I'm talking about for Friday's forecast. Here's 6 o'clock Friday evening. We do have some clouds out there. There may be a sprinkle or two that tries to develop there in the clouds before sunset. But once we get past that sunset time frame, any chance for precip does come to an end. We'll see dry weather to start Saturday. Then Saturday afternoon, best chance for pop-up showers, maybe a rumble of thunder. But it's the best chance for us as we go into Saturday night, early Sunday, that you can see that heavier rain comes in, and then the temperatures are expected to drop off once we get behind that front going into the day on Sunday. Now, Sunday is going to be a windy day. Temps are going to be cooling off. We'll see those temperatures in the 60s for us on Sunday afternoon, and even cooler as we go to Monday with a high
I
only
could
in the
leave my
upper
cat,
50s. So
but I'm
we do
scared
have
to
some great
open
weather
the
for
door.
the next few days here. Lots of sunshine.
You know that?
For baseball and for the Dayton Dragons to have a home opener win. We'll keep you updated on that before we do see that chance for rain heading into the weekend. In just about 10 minutes from now, hopefully these Dragons are going to be out here warming up and getting prepped for the game, and we'll give you a sneak peek of that. And we'll talk more about that forecast heading into the weekend. For now, I'm Storm Center 7 Chief Meteorologist McCall Brideis, live at Bay Air Ballpark.
Thank you, McCall. Bring us back a hot dog. Well, this week, our 7 Circle of Kindness will host a food drive benefiting Miami Valley Meals. This Saturday, Doc Supermarkets in Bellbrook, Kettering, and Centerville will be collecting food donations from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Miami Valley Meals needs large cans of vegetables, rice, baking items, and spices. Our WHIO crew will be at the Centerville location collecting donations. We hope to see you there.
And we want to take you back live to that massive smoke and fire in Richmond, Indiana. You can see the scene has not changed much just in the last 15 minutes. We're going to check back in with Brandon Lewis. He's live on scene with what else he has learned.
Tax
that
beware.
again.
The scams that are costing Americans thousands of dollars, and how to protect your money.
It's time to get healthier, and this is really going to help me with my fitness journey. This is the Re-Athlete Counter, and it's way more than just a scale. This is going to measure your body weight, your BMI, your body fat rate, your protein, and my favorite, your body's age. So you may think you're 30, but this could tell you have a body of a 25-year-old, which I'm hoping it will tell me about myself. I've always wanted to actually find out all of these metrics and give you 12 different metrics, but it's been so expensive every time I go to the gym or the doctor. So now I can do it constantly and really track my journey as I'm trying to get healthier. And even if you don't want to go on a fitness journey, knowledge is power, so it's good to know about your body, and it will really help your doctor assess what could be going wrong with you. Now, you may be asking yourself, how can it measure all of those different metrics just by placing my feet on it? Well, it uses a thing called bioelectrical impedance, which measures how easily an electrical signal can move throughout your body. I know it's complicated. Hey, Richmond. So the signal moves faster through muscle. So it can really track what is muscle and what is fat. That's important information that all of us really need, and we're offering this right now at 38% off at localstills.com. What more do you need to know? People look alive.
What are
they after?
Is your last chance to FBI's are all new all month long. Tonight on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. After months of hibernation, it's time to reemerge and start fresh during Ford SUV season. It's the best time to get a new Ford Escape, Explorer, and Edge. There's a huge selection of Ford SUVs on the lot, with more vehicles arriving daily. Don't wait. It's Ford SUV season, and the time to get to your local Ford dealer is now. 0.9 for 60, plus 1,500 retail trade assist cash, and 5-year 100,000-mile powertrain coverage, plus 3 years no-charge maintenance.
Fazoli's fan favorite, baked fettuccine Alfredo is back. Fettuccine rolls come with rich, creamy Alfredo and mozzarella cheese, baked to golden perfection for only $5.99, including our famous unlimited breadsticks. Always Fazoli's, your life is better with breadsticks.
Get 11% off your blowing update at Menards. Check out our great selection of breadsticks inside or out. Shop and room in your home. Resurrect
with Martell.
It's Scottish carpet for just 39 cents a square foot.
I'll tell you later.
I can't pay our bills this month.
We need a home.
We need a car with us. Look at this. Hundreds of 5-star reviews. We have a plan to wipe out our bills and you give our credit.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy.
With the number one best-selling retail full-size pickup, and see where it takes you. Find new roads. It's Chevy truck season. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups. Or current Chevy owners get $37.50 total cash allowance on all 2023 Silverado pickups with a turbo hybrid engine. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
The deadline to file your 2022 tax returns is a week from today, and there is a warning about tax scams. In recent years, the IRS says more than 75,000 Americans have lost $28 million in IRS imposter scams. People get a phone call, text, or email from somebody claiming to be from the IRS saying back taxes are owed or there's a problem with the return.
Criminals will steal money from anyone. Doesn't matter if you're 15 or 95, they will steal your money. Whether it's $5 or $500,000, they don't care.
Some advice tax experts say to keep in mind, the IRS says it will most likely contact you first by mail. Also, check the credentials of anyone to whom you give your personal information and pay digitally. A lot of people do expect to get a tax refund this year, and now they're trying to decide what to do with the extra cash. A money coach offered this advice. First, tackle any high-interest debt like credit cards or personal loans. Second, create or boost your emergency savings fund.
We know from study after study that the average American doesn't even have $500 socked away to deal with an emergency.
Third, buy a life insurance policy. Fourth, show your retirement account some love. Put some more money in. And finally, invest in yourself. Set some of that refund money aside for something you want.
Joel will pay nearly $8 million to settle a West Virginia lawsuit. It claims the company marketed its vaping products to underage users. The lawsuit accuses Joel of engaging in unfair or deceptive practices in the design, manufacturing, and sale of e-cigarettes. That's a violation of West Virginia law. Last year, the company agreed to pay nearly $440 million to settle a legal threat after an investigation by 33 states made similar claims. Tomorrow, the EPA is expected to release a new proposed regulation that would require more than half of new vehicles sold in the U.S. to be electric by 2030. That's according to industry and environmental officials. Briefed on the plan, now the proposal would set greenhouse gas emission limits for 2027 through 2032 vehicles. The proposed rule has been through a public comment period and is not expected to be finalized until next year.
If you're looking for more unusual wedding venue, you should consider the Oscar-Mayer Wienermobile. The company will host weddings in the first Wienermobile of Love in Las Vegas this weekend. Couples can book a 30-minute spot online or join the wait list if demand is too high. Oscar-Mayer will cover the on-site bill, provide a photographer, and even have some hot doggers there to serve as witnesses. A massive fire continues to burn in Richmond, sending thick black smoke into the air. Good evening, I'm Sarah McKenzie.
James Brown is off. Now the fire is burning in the area of Northwest S Street. Take a look as Dr. 78 picked up the smoke from the scene. We're looking on the outside here. Now this is actually Dr. 78, and you can see the green and the blue on your screen. It's stretching all the way into Eaton on the Ohio side.
277 Lewis knows a fly from the scene now. And Brandon, you've been out there since late afternoon. What are you learning about this fire?
Joel and Gabby, I just talked with Emilio via text. I just wanted to see if there were any updates since we last talked. He said no updates at this time. He said they're still working to get things under control. I do want to read a Facebook post from the Richmond Police Department page. It says, please avoid the west side of town. Numerous roads have been blocked off and you cannot travel near the fire. So just to get perspective, we're a mile and a half thick plume of black smoke billowing up into the sky. We've seen it since we got here about 4 o'clock, so for the past 2 hours, and you could see it. Just talked to a man who came here from Greenville. He could see it all the way out from there. We know from the mayor that he believes that this is a plastic recycling and containment plant. A trailer, he believes, on that site caught fire earlier today, and that's what it spread. He said they're evacuating people within a half-mile of the site, also asking people downwind east and northeast of the incident to shelter in place, turn off your HVAC units, keep your windows and doors closed, and bring your pets inside. I want to play some sound from our conversation with the mayor earlier this afternoon. Just take a listen to what he said.
Yeah, I would just say it's a very, very dangerous and volatile area right now, and so we're asking citizens to please stay well clear of that area.
And the mayor is also asking for people just to extend their thoughts and prayers for the first responders and all the firefighters who were at this scene battling this fire. We assume for hours at this point. We don't know what caused it. Still working to confirm that. When I last talked with the mayor, he believed nobody was injured. So we'll see if that remains the same. And we will be here probably for the remainder of the evening. But for now, we're live in Richmond, Indiana. Brandon Lewis, News Center 7.
All right, Brandon, thank you. We want to give you a look at the areas being evacuated because of this fire. Right now, the evacuation order is in place for people who are within a half mile of that massive fire. Now, those outside a half mile who are east and northeast are being asked to shelter in place, close the windows, and turn off any heating or air conditioning units. A 36-year-old man is in stable condition after being shot while trying to escape from Dayton police.
This Center 7's Mike Campbell was there. He joins us live with that and some of the neighborhood reaction to this officer-involved shooting. Mike?
Well, Cheryl, Dayton police told us they couldn't show us everything they wanted to this afternoon during a news conference because the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office is doing a criminal shooting investigation of the incident. But Dayton's police chief did face some tough questions about the actions of his officers after a neighborhood resident told me he doesn't believe the shooting should have happened.
I watched an individual get out the passenger side, run up towards my apartment, through the side.
A man that lives near Salem and Harvard saw Dayton police pull over a dark SUV Monday night. The stop videotaped by an Ohio State patrol plane and a Dayton officer's body camera. But this man, who refused to go on camera maybe because of fear of Dayton police retaliation, doesn't think the shooting was justified.
I seen an officer raise his gun and shoot that man 3 times. He shot him 3 times. That man didn't raise a gun at that officer or nothing.
This man said he believes 36-year-old Delandrius Webster might have been trying to throw something away, but he couldn't see a gun. Police showed us video and freeze frames from the officer's body camera that seemed to show a gun in Webster's hand, then on the ground after Webster was fired on. The officer apparently didn't think Webster was tossing it, but was about to bring it into a firing position.
All you saw was the man running away.
Police said Officer Riley Brown shot 4 times. Neighborhood residents were upset with what happened to Webster as he lay bleeding on the ground.
Went down in the alley, man. And then another thing that upset me was you hit the man 3 times. Why are you handcuffing him?
I asked Dayton's police chief about Webster being handcuffed after the gunfire.
He was handcuffed initially, and then he was, I think, maybe within a minute or so, the handcuffs were removed because the very officer actually that did the shooting then provided first aid.
Back live, Dayton police said this afternoon the vehicle was not stolen as originally reported, but in fact officers did find a license plate taped to the back window. They said the officer pulled the vehicle over because after running some records, they came back as the registered owner having an active arrest warrant. Reporting live in downtown Dayton, Mike Campbell, News Center 7.
Mike, thank you. Well, we are now an hour away from the Dayton Dragons home opener against the Great Lakes Loons.
You like saying that. Storm Center 7 Chief Meteorologist McCall Brightags joins us live at Dayton Ballpark. McCall, win or lose, nobody can complain about the weather for baseball this evening. It's beautiful.
No, they cannot. And fantastic that they have sold out again with the weather that we have tonight. Is no surprise. In fact, we are looking at temperatures in the Miami Valley sitting in the 70s. That's more than 10 degrees above what we should have for early April. In fact, this would only 72 degrees. We will wait and see if that happens. Right now, we are sitting at 72. I'm starting to think that we're not going to make that record for this evening. It's likely we're going to cool off at least a degree probably in the next hour or so. But I still have us holding strong at 72 degrees for first pitch at 7:05. You'll notice in this hourly forecast that as we go through this evening, we will start to cool back through the 60s. And by the ninth inning, we're down at about 63 degrees. That is cool enough that you probably want to have a long sleeve or a sweatshirt on. But that's all you're going to need for it this evening. We will stay dry. It's beautiful. You can see behind me, we're starting to see more and more fans showing up for the game that's, as you mentioned, just about an hour away from now. I'm excited to see everybody coming in. I can smell the food, the atmosphere, the environment. It's great for a first game for the Dayton Dragons here for their home opener. Well, we're going to keep an eye on what's happening, and I have an update for you on what to expect for the rest of the week and this upcoming weekend. Tracking the chance for rain and cooler weather all ahead. I'm Storm Center 7 Chief Meteorologist McCall Brydex. We'll send it back to you, Gabrielle and Cheryl, in the studio.
All right, McCall, thank you. We'll see you in a few minutes. News Center 7 was the only station there for a memorial service after two women found an urn in a dumpster in Huber Heights. Cheyenne Richardson and her wife were dumpster diving when they found it last week. After doing some research, they discovered the urn belonged to Dove Clark, who was a World War II era nurse. Clark's husband, Keith, has been buried at Enon Cemetery since the 90s, waiting for his wife, who was supposed to join him when she died.
We were both talking to her in our heads, like, just show us where you are. Like, we want to put you to rest. Just show us where you are. I was coming up this way, and I've seen her, and I was like, she's right here.
So they did find out where she belonged because of the Richardson. Clark was properly laid to rest 10 years after her death, and she received a final tribute nurse honor guard ceremony today.
An invasive fish is taking over the water in one part of our area. What the plan is to get rid of them.
And across the country, offices are sitting empty, and investors say this could be a troubling sign for our economy.
This portion of News Center 7 is brought to you by Kettering Health, empowering the best in you.
At Buckeye Eco Care, we provide quality, on-time lawn care service. We have the most experienced staff, custom lawn care programs, and outstanding customer service. Since 1984, we've been treating your lawns just like ours.
You could wait.
But it could cost you.
Because nothing beats the CJS justification.
Going way beyond ordinary AC tune-up.
Yestify now, keep cool all summer.
Guaranteed?
Guaranteed.
Where? CJSHeatingAndAir.com.
You yestified yet?
Sinclair has blessed me as a mom because it gave me the opportunity to see my babies soar. My son was diagnosed autistic. They have a program here called Heart and Pop that we were able to enroll him in, and so his transition has been very smooth. My daughter, she wants to perform, so she wants to create music. My daughter now graduating, and my son being inducted in Honor Society with a 3.8. They're soaring even beyond our expectations.
Did you know that 80% of all the falls in a home happen in the bathroom? At SVP, we believe that your bathroom should be a safe place where you can bathe, shower, and relax. That's why we have a low-cost guarantee on all of our walk-in tubs. And right now, $1,500 off on all of our walk-in roll-in showers. Give us a call. We'll show you how we save our customers thousands of dollars over our national and regional competitors. Your safety is our business.
As your day winds down, News Center 7 is following the latest stories.
Several families have reached out to WHIL. They don't know where their loved one is buried here.
To bring you the news that impacts you and the context and perspective that helps keep you in the know.
You don't know where your mom is.
You can't reach him.
I just want to know where my dad's at.
We've reached out to the cemetery multiple times. They have not returned my calls.
Every night at 11 on WHIO TV tonight. That's public. Count on it. Injured?
Investors and regulators are on high alert for signs of trouble in the financial system following recent bank failures. Now they're homing in on the downturn in the $20 trillion U.S. commercial real estate market. Here's Gloria Pazmina.
The COVID-19 pandemic brought a major change to how many businesses operate.
For
so many people not going to the office as much as they have before has had a really seismic impact on commercial real estate.
And a potential problem for America's banks.
There's no question that there is some risk in the system associated with these changes simply because so much has changed.
Across the U.S., offices sit vacant or underused. Average occupancy is less than half of where it was in March of 2020, according to data from security provider Castle. And that is dragging down the value of these properties.
The real question is for the owners of these properties, whether they are experiencing financial distress or will in the future.
The problem, banks lend significant money to this sector. Goldman Sachs estimates that 55% of U.S. office loans sit on banks' balance sheets. The decrease in values puts more strain on already stressed out banks.
We're well aware of the concentrations people have in commercial real estate.
Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell remained confident when asked about the danger posed by commercial real estate last month.
The banking system is strong, it is sound, it is resilient, it's well capitalized.
That was Gloria Pesmino reporting.
We're getting new information on the more than 30 dogs rescued in Troy. Officials told us today when they first discovered something was wrong.
Plus, one city in our area says a type of carp is hurting other fish in the water, but it has a plan to eliminate the invasive fish.
You lost income due to an auto accident.
Call 1-800-ELK Ohio for a free case review.
When we join in union, we're partners for life.
Pathways Financial Credit Union is your partner.
If we move, we join a new community.
Pathways is in Dayton, Springfield.
Our doors are open.
And anyone can join.
Pathways Financial Credit Union, your true financial partner.
Thank you, Allseal, for providing a wide product selection of windows, doors, awnings, siding, and patio rooms at competitive prices. The installation process was seamless, and I love my updated home.
Call today or visit one of our showrooms. Allseal, quality driven, veteran run.
Oh, that's nice. Who cares if the first is out? Let's do it right there. Don't have to lose a layer.
Dad, I don't think this is working.
Turn up the volume for it. Ooh, it's almost too hot enough.
There's an expert for that.
Let your local heating experts at Stevenson Service Experts keep you warm and comfy. Right now, save $50 on a precision tuna.
Guys, come back, I'm doing s'mores.
We got big electric rate increases coming. Cleveland, 93%. Columbus, up to 30%. Dayton, you already got slammed. Now you're going to pay for it when this hot summer sets in. The most expensive part of your utility bill is to cool your home. So if you don't want to spend a small fortune, let me offset these costs by foaming your home. We start at $99 a month to foam your walls. Plus, we got the kickback of $1,200 on the energy credit.
USA Insulation.
Trust Dayton's only board-certified interventional pain specialist, Midwest Pain and Laser, with over 50 years combined experience in treating all degrees of venous disease. Your path to healthy legs is here. Call NBL today.
Do you have a Social Security disability claim which has been denied, or a workers' compensation claim from a work-related injury? Call the Social Security, Disability, or Workers' Compensation lawyers at Elk & Elk. Call 1-800-ELK Ohio. Elk & Elk. Serious lawyers for serious injuries.
Live with Kelly and Mark, starting April 17th on Channel 7.
An invasive fish needs to be removed from Shawnee Park in Xenia. News Center 7's Kayla McDermott met with city leaders, and they told her what the plan is to get rid of those fish.
It's a type of carp that's living inside this pond right now, and it's hurting all the other fish and the entire ecosystem. There are all different types of fish at the Shawnee Park Pond.
Bluegill, crappie, catfish. A buddy of mine caught a rainbow trout the other day.
Steve Weisskopf was out hoping to catch another type of fish.
I'm mainly after catfish.
Catfish?
I just catch it, throw it back out.
But one type, the big head carp, is not supposed to be in the pond.
That you really only see those like in the Ohio River, large rivers, Mississippi River.
The fish are invasive to all bodies of water.
They're bad boys. It's harmful to the ecosystem, I think, of all the things, the plants and the other fish in here.
Chris Berger said someone had to introduce the carp into the man-made pond.
which is against the law.
And they are illegal to even possess one.
ODNR and the city of Xenia do have a plan to remove the fish by adding an electric current to the water. It will cost taxpayers nothing.
It's just a temporary shot to temporarily stun the fish there so they can capture them.
If you catch the fish, what happens to them from there?
The big head carp right there, they will be removed and euthanized.
This makes sure they will not harm any of our other ecosystems. Wisecup said he has never caught one of the carp, but is glad the problem is being handled. You never really know what's in the pond.
Yeah, never really know.
It's going to take the next 2 days to remove the fish, so nobody will be allowed to fish here until Friday. In Xenia, Kayla McDermott, News Center 7.
We're getting a better idea now of what led the Miami County Animal Shelter to rescue 32 dogs. Director Rob Kraft said they became aware of the now condemned house when 2 dogs were brought to the shelter. Based on how the dogs were behaving, they knew something was wrong. The shelter did an inspection on the house, and the next day they found the rest of the dogs.
They had all the doors locked so that the people couldn't go in and the dogs couldn't come out. But as I mentioned before, the conditions were really, really bad.
The Kraft said 16 charges of negligence have been filed. Now the shelter is getting all of the dogs ready for adoption. Meyer is recalling some pre-made salad kits over possible listeria contamination. The company is voluntarily recalling select fresh from Meyer salads carried at stores in Ohio, Michigan, Kentucky, and other states. Meyer says so far it's not aware of any illnesses from the salads. Customers who bought them should immediately throw them out. And the CDC is monitoring a rise of invasive group A strep infections in kids. But the liquid antibiotic amoxicillin, which is commonly used to treat it, may be hard to get. There's still a national shortage of the drug, but doctors say there are other options.
You could use the chewable tablets, you could use, the tablet form which can be crushed and mixed in various, palatable foods like applesauce, etc. And then you could also use capsules.
The CDC says getting the flu or chickenpox can raise the risk for getting invasive group A strep, I should say. So the agency says make sure your child is up to date on those vaccines.
The Kettering Police Department will host a canine microchipping event. The event will be May 13th from 10 a.m. to noon at the Kettering Police Department's parking lot on Schroyer Road. It will cost $10 to have your dog microchipped. And to qualify, your dog must be licensed in the county where you live. If not, the city says you can purchase a license for your dog at the event.
Chief Meteorologist McCall Brydeck, she got the plum assignment today. She is joining us with our forecast from
Dayton Ballpark, and the opening pitch, the throwing of the pitches, what do you call it?
Yeah, first pitch.
The first pitch. There we go. That's not that far away.
First pitch. I'm just getting caught up in the atmosphere here. I'm dancing, I'm singing. It's such a fun evening. The weather is fantastic. The fans are here now, and they're excited for the game. Say hi, fans. Oh, they're all here. They're getting excited for the game. You can see that the crew is out on the lawn. They are starting to spray down the dirt as the Dragons and the Great Lakes are going to be playing tonight. Starting at 7:05 is first pitch. We've been keeping an eye on that temperature because the record temperature for the warmest first pitch in the Dayton Ballpark is at 72 degrees. We are still sitting at 72 right now, so we'll have to wait and see if we actually tie that record. We won't break it for sure because that temp is going to be dropping. If you are going out to Dayton Ballpark tonight, or maybe you want to grill your own dogs at home, the weather is fantastic. You can see dropping from the low 70s into the 60s as we head into the next couple of hours. 63 degrees by 9 o'clock. Whether you're at home or here at the park, you might want that jacket or sweatshirt as we start to cool off. 51 degrees is our overnight low. We will keep it quiet across the Miami Valley and we'll stay dry right on through tomorrow. Mostly sunny skies again. Highs back into the low to mid 70s, which means if you're headed to the game tomorrow night, perhaps you're missing home opener, we're going to still be in the 70s. Tomorrow, 72 degrees at first pitch, 67 by around 8 o'clock, and we'll pull back through the 60s by the final game, or play of the game. You can see that the forecast is great for tonight, tomorrow, right on through Friday. There may be a straight shower during the there. I don't expect any severe weather with that, but what it's going to do is bring in that cooler weather and some gusty winds. In fact, Sunday into Monday is going to be a windy time frame for us, so we'll watch that closely as we head toward the weekend. There's a look at that weekend forecast. It's not bad, really. 76 degrees Saturday, 61 on Sunday. While cooler Sunday, it is actually closer to normal. These 70s that we are enjoying are more as you get to late spring, early summer type weather. So we do have to get back to reality for early next week. But even through the 7-day forecast, I don't see much rain for us here in the Miami Valley, with the exception of late Saturday night into early Sunday. I'm enjoying my time here at Dayton Ballpark. First pitch, it's less than an hour away, and we have sold out again.
It's been an epic ski season across much of the U.S. thanks to heavy snowfall. I'm Wendy Gillette with how that's increasing revenues at many resorts. And it's FBI Night here on Channel 7 at 8. It's FBI, followed by FBI International at 10. We've got FBI Most Wanted at 11. I hope you join us back here for WHIO TV at 9.
Buy 2 windows, get 1 free, plus 0% financing. Call Universal Windows Direct.
If you hurt and need understanding and compassion, I would recommend Hotline. They will give you the compassion, the understanding. You don't have to worry about fighting your employer. Bureau of Workman Comp. A lot of people say, oh, you're not going to win, you're not going to win. We went in there and we won. Every time we went.
At Fazoli's, we know that in order to make a true sandwich masterpiece, it's got to be fresh, flavorful, and bold. Oven baked to perfection. Fazoli's new made-to-order oven-baked subs. Try one today and experience a sandwich masterpiece. Maintaining a perfect lawn is not for the weak. Your reputation, yes, your family name is on the line. So here's to those who put in the early mornings, to those who prepare in the off-season, and those who consider it a we salute you. So be ready with
Just where you going, boy? It looks like you hit him today. It looks like you're gonna hit him today. That's why he ran.
It's time to reemerge and start fresh during Ford SUV season. It's the best time to get a new Ford Escape, Explorer, and Edge. There's a huge selection of Ford SUVs on the lot, with more vehicles arriving daily. Don't wait. It's Ford SUV season, and the time to get to your local Ford dealer is now. Get 0.9 for 60, plus 1,500 retail trade assist cash, and 5-year 100,000-mile powertrain cover, plus 3 years no-charge maintenance.
Mike here from Nature Stuff. Beautiful, one-of-a-kind garage floors that last forever and everyone can afford. Call or visit naturestone.com. Schedule your free, no-hassle cost estimate today and get up to 50% off. It's not just a floor. Wow, it's Nature Stone.
This year's ski season is not over yet, thanks to record-breaking snowfall in some areas. The most in the country, also Utah, which has recorded an incredible 877 inches, that's 73 feet of snow.
You got that
As
capsule?
Wendy Gillette reports, ski season could extend well into the summer.
Mammoth Mountain in California is getting a mammoth amount of snow this ski season, shattering an all-time record. And the season won't end until at least July. It's the same story as many other ski areas in the West, including in the Tahoe region, which is experiencing its snowiest season since the early 70s, pushing back closing dates for weeks.
It's the atmosphere all of us one after the other this year. Most of them are cold storms.
Here in Jackson Hole Mountain Resort in Wyoming, the snowfall easily surpasses seasonal average, making for great conditions extending into the T-Rex. 588 inches fell this season, just shy of the record 593 inches measured in 2016-17.
It's been amazing. We are the beneficiary of some of the best snowfall in the Americas.
This year's amazing season turned into amazing revenue for hotels like the Four Seasons Resort and Residences Jackson Hole, where we stayed for a special rate. The resort, which features a wealth of active ski spots, cozy rooms, and year-round pools, is the only one right at the base of the mountain. Stays are up as much as 8% this winter compared to pre-pandemic 2019.
For the moment, we get quote-unquote dumped on. Our availability goes from a lot to very little.
As snow totals rose, so did the prices of lift tickets, hitting over $300 at Arizona's Snow Bowl in January. One way to avoid sticker shock is to consider lesser-known resorts, like Snowy Range in Wyoming, where tickets start at $49, or the state's Sleeping Giant ski area, where you'll find tickets as low as $59. Jackson Hole has a program which reimburses airfare in exchange for money spent on activities that's likely to continue next season.
So with Wendy Gillette reporting the heavy snowfall hasn't been positive for every ski resort. Some got so much snow they had to shut down for brief periods. It also increased the risk of avalanches.
I want to get back to that breaking news and show you some live images. This is a massive barn in Richmond, Indiana. It's sending that black smoke into the air.
And even if you live in western Ohio, the Eaton area, you may be seeing this. People in Richmond within half mile are being told to evacuate after a big fire at a plastic recycling facility. News Center 7's Brendan Lewis on scene.
And we will have updates on WHIO throughout the evening. And of course, we hope that you join us back here for a full wrap-up of this tonight on WHIO TV tonight back at 11.
So Wednesday, great evening, everyone. Stay safe. Thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Start every morning by pulling your day with Growth Center 7.
Get your paychecks up to 2 days faster with early pay. True story. Welcome to Huntington. Get your dream pool this summer. Top-of-the-line fiberglass and exquisite hardscaping from Dayton's premier local fiberglass pool provider. Go to luxurypoolconcepts.com today.
In the market for your next new or pre-owned vehicle? Don't purchase without shopping JosephAirportToyota.com. Our pre-owned vehicles come with a lifetime powertrain warranty at no cost to you. Ease of doing business, low prices, and great selection. JosephAirportToyota.com.
Irritable. Is your spectrum being left to anxious? You may be suffering from UPH, unexpected inconvenience. When I switched to T-Mobile, I got 5G home internet for just $50 a month. Now I'm sleeping better, my skin is glowing, and my hair has never been so shiny. Most importantly, T-Mobile has a price lock guarantee. They will never raise your internet rate, ever. Switch to T-Mobile home internet. It'll work for me, which is whether that's shine. Wait, what has the internet got to do with my hair?
Introducing Donato's new Hot Honey Pepperoni Pizza. Loaded with crispy pepperoni, fresh mozzarella, crushed red pepper, and a Mike's Hot Honey Drizzle. Now get $3 off a large when you order online using promo code HOT.
I really do like dogs, but not when they injure an innocent victim. Under the law, the owner or keeper of a dog is responsible for any injuries it causes. Injured by a dog? Call 222-2222 and let us fight for you.
For 46 years straight, more of you have trusted Ford F-Series trucks to help save the day. Stretch the weekend, haul, or tow just about anything, anywhere. That's because they're built Ford tough. And it's why Ford F-Series are America's best-selling trucks 46 years straight. And for that, we thank you.
Now get a Ford F-150 XLT truck with 0-9 financing for 60 months plus $2,000 customer cash only from your Miami Valley Ford dealer.
Get 11% off everything at Menards and update your home's flooring today. Great Lakes Vinyl Planks are a perfect flooring solution for any room. Check out our great selection of durable, waterproof floors that are easy to install. Great Lakes Vinyl Plank flooring features an attach pad for comfort and noise reduction. Legends Vinyl Plank from Great Lakes is waterproof and easy to install. It's just $279 a square foot after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards. Balanced, fair, and accurate investigations from News Center 7. Coverage you can count on.
Tonight, the new body cam video in the Louisville bank shooting. As we learn, the gunman legally purchased an AR-15 style rifle less than a week before killing 5 of his co-workers. Here are tonight's headlines.
We need to get up there.
The new footage shows the moments Louisville police responded to the mass shooting as the doctor who treated the victims pleads for policymakers to do something.
I'm weary. There's only so many times you can walk into a room and tell someone you're not coming home tomorrow.
Defense officials say that the leaked Pentagon documents pose a serious risk to national security.
The Justice Department has opened an investigation.
And nothing will ever stop us from keeping America secure.
Political showdown. The Manhattan District Attorney sues a member of Congress to keep Republicans from interfering in the Donald Trump case. A CBS News investigation, how China built its own Boeing 737.
Do you feel like they stole an airliner?
I don't feel that way. I think that's a fact.
Our tax series, how you can maximize your refund in a year where many Americans will get less cash back.
Well, I was so used to getting something back all the time, and then all of a sudden have to write a check is it's a rude awakening.
And meet an Air Force family flying into the history books.
Carrying hopefully the next generation bomber pilot, while flying supersonic, was quite the memory.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on this busy Tuesday night. We do want to begin with some breaking news from Louisville, Kentucky, where police just released chilling and disturbing body camera video showing officers responding to the deadly mass shooting inside a bank and taking out the killer. Overnight, a fifth victim died. Of the 8 others wounded, 3 are still in the hospital, including a rookie officer who was shot in the head. In an emotional news conference today, the mayor of Louisville said his city is shaken, scarred, and angry. A surgeon spoke of his wariness from treating so many gunshot victims. For the victims inside the bank, a staggering 170 units of blood were used to treat them. And we also learned today that AR-15 style rifle that was used in the attack, like all confiscated guns in Kentucky, will likely be auctioned off to the public, and under current law could eventually end up back on the street. CBS's Roxana Severi is going to lead us off again tonight from Louisville. Good evening, Roxana.
Good evening, Nora. The police body cam and bystander videos show the harrowing moment as the first police officers arrived at the bank behind me to try to take down the shooter, seemingly waiting in the front lobby after killing co-workers in what police say was a targeted attack. Newly released body cam footage shows officers confronting the gunman as they tried to enter the Louisville bank where he shot and killed co-workers. Just 3 minutes after the first calls came into 911. He immediately shot Officer Nicholas Wilt. Police say Officer Corey Galloway was shot head-on and rolled down the steps. Cell phone video shows Galloway taking cover, trying to find a clear shot, before finally killing the shooter in the front lobby of the bank.
Get the officer! We went towards danger in order to save and preserve life.
Police have searched the shooter's home and recovered several items, but are still investigating his motive.
We do know that this was targeted. He knew those individuals, of course, because he worked there.
The gunman killed 5 of his colleagues: Deanna Eckert, who died overnight, Joshua Barrick, Thomas Elliott, James Tutt, and Juliana Farmer, whose car is still parked outside the bank. And what did she tell you about her job here?
That she loved it. She was happy. Very happy.
In an exclusive interview with CBS News, her kids, Keon and Aaliyah Chambers, said the 45-year-old had just moved to Louisville to help raise her 4 grandkids.
For her to drop everything and come to me, it breaks my heart that I can't see my mama no more.
Did you ever think that someone you love so much could go in this way?
No, never in a million years. Never.
As tributes to the victims grow, so is the feeling here that gun violence has to end. Louisville's mayor says 40 people have already been killed by gun violence in his city this year.
This isn't about partisan politics. This is about life and death. This is about preventing tragedies.
We've got to stop this gun violence. We just lost an innocent, beautiful soul. Innocent. They've got to do something about these guns. They got to.
And tonight, Officer Wilt remains in the ICU in critical condition after being shot in the head. The mayor has announced an interfaith vigil tomorrow evening, not far from here, to acknowledge what he calls the physical and emotional wounds that gun violence leaves behind. Nora?
Roxana Barry, thank you very much. The shootings in Louisville have intensified the debate over gun reform in this country. A stunning new survey out just today reveals more than half of adults say they've had a family member killed by a gun. For Black Americans, it's 1 in 3. Tonight, CBS's Nikki Batiste looks at the emotional toll of America's gun violence crisis.
It's more than tired. I'm weird.
After the latest mass shooting, Louisville trauma surgeon Jason Smith says he's had enough.
There's only so many times you can walk into a room and tell someone they're not coming home tomorrow. And it just breaks your heart. When you hear someone screaming, "Mommy," or "Daddy," do something. Because doing nothing, which is what we've been doing, is not working.
In a major new survey on the impact of gun violence, the Kaiser Family Foundation found that 54% of those surveyed said they had either personally been threatened by a gun or witnessed someone being shot.
I am part of the 54%.
Ashley Kurtzinger was one of the study's lead authors. To her, it's personal.
My sister was riding in a car and was accidentally shot in the back by a passenger carrying a loaded gun. So thankful that she survived, but I can tell you firsthand it's impacted my family.
And so many others. The survey found 1 in 5 have changed or considered changing their child's school. More than 1 in 3 have avoided large crowds, such as music festivals and some of the many places mass shootings have occurred. Kurtzinger grew up in Louisville. Her family still lives there.
We all checked in with each other yesterday. It just brings up, all of the memories and the pain that she went through in her recovery. And so it really has an emotional stress.
The survey also found that about a third of parents with a gun in their home keep it loaded or in an unlocked location. Ashley Kurtzinger suggests pediatricians talk with families about gun storage and gun safety. Nora?
That is very alarming. Nikki Batiste, thank you very much. Today, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin vowed to turn over every rock to find out who leaked classified U.S. intelligence on the Ukraine war, as well as national security secrets in the Middle East and Asia. CBS's Catherine Herridge now on what investigators are zeroing in on.
Tonight, Defense Secretary Austin acknowledged the leaked documents were exposed on the web potentially for weeks.
Where exactly and who had access at that point? We don't know. We simply don't know at this point.
The probe, being led by FBI investigators, is making progress. Austin drilled down on key dates.
The documents that we are aware of are dated the 28th of February and 1st of March. I don't know if there are other documents that have been online before.
As the investigation accelerates, two officials tell CBS News it does not appear to be a cyber leak, but rather a physical theft of highly classified material. Before the leak, sources say about 1,000 people or more potentially had access. It has since been scaled back. How will the FBI and Pentagon investigators narrow the universe of suspects?
It's actually easier the higher the level of classification of a brief.
Robert Anderson, who worked counterintelligence and espionage at the FBI, told CBS News highly classified material is also highly restricted, and that should help investigators.
You're really going to start looking at who was it shared with and who had access, and particularly who couriered it and who brought it to and fro.
The leaked records were apparently printed before being photographed and uploaded to Discord, a gaming platform. There are potential clues buried in the background, like a hunting magazine ad or sports equipment. That could bring investigators even closer. Meanwhile, the administration is dealing with the diplomatic fallout.
We have engaged with allies and partners at high levels over the past days, including to reassure them about our own commitment to safeguarding intelligence.
Two U.S. officials tell CBS News steps are being taken to reduce the risk. The number of people receiving classified briefs like the ones that linked has shrunk significantly. Laura?
Catherine Herridge, thank you very much. 1 week after former President Donald Trump was arraigned on 34 felony charges in New York, Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg today sued the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee. In his lawsuit, Bragg calls Congressman Jim Jordan's investigation into the prosecution of the former president a, quote, transparent campaign to intimidate and attack his office. Bragg is now trying to block Jordan and his committee from subpoenaing an attorney who worked on Bragg's investigation of Trump. Jordan fired back on Twitter, accusing Bragg of trying to block congressional oversight. President Biden flew to Northern Ireland today to mark the 25th anniversary of the Good Friday Agreement that helped end decades of violence between Catholics and Protestants. Ahead of the trip, the president said his goal was to keep the peace. But protests turned violent this week. Police vehicles were pelted with Molotov cocktails, and authorities raised the terrorism threat level to severe. Now, to a CBS News investigation into a looming threat to the U.S. airline manufacturing industry. Boeing could lose one of its biggest markets now that China is out with its own version of the 737. CBS's Chris Van Cleve reports how that jet was developed, and it reads like a spy novel.
For the first time, China is rolling out a low-cost, large domestic airliner, positioning it to one day capture one of the world's biggest markets for jets, potentially costing the U.S. economy up to $1.5 trillion over the next 2 decades. But if the C919 looks a lot like its Boeing and Airbus competitors, that's by design, according to former Deputy National Security Advisor Matt Pottinger.
China has a lot of different ways of relieving people of their intellectual property.
60% of the plane's components are the results of deals with America's top aerospace companies. But that access to the massive Chinese market comes at a price.
If you want to sell stuff to 1.3 billion people in China, you're going to have to give us the blueprints for your goods. And in some cases, it wasn't that it was sold to them on the market, but rather provided through industrial espionage.
How strong is the link between Chinese espionage and the C919?
It's directly related.
Bill Evanina was America's top counterintelligence official when a 2019 CrowdStrike report revealed one major focus of Beijing's spycraft: components of the C919. Do you feel like they stole an airliner?
I don't feel that way. I think that's a fact.
U.S. investigators proved Chinese intelligence officer Xu Yanjun focused on American aviation companies. One main target, a GE engineer specializing in jet engine design.
First process is what they do all the time. They invite him over to China to give a speech.
Xu's outreach caught the attention of the FBI. Speaking in Chinese, Xu asked the employee to bring his company laptop and carry the stuff along. Xu then traveled to Belgium, where the FBI was waiting. Late last year, he was sentenced to 20 years in a U.S. prison for spying.
It's the first time ever where we sentenced a known intelligence officer running a cell collecting aviation technology to benefit the civilian and military apparatus of the Communist Party of China. It was monumental.
Still, without FAA approval, the C919 isn't likely to land at a U.S. airport anytime soon. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, New York.
Tonight, a large industrial fire is burning in Richmond, Indiana, near the Ohio border. People living within a half-mile of the fire are being ordered to evacuate. Those just outside the evacuation zone have been told to shelter in place with doors and windows closed. Thick smoke can be seen for miles. No injuries reported. The cause still under investigation. With tax day just a week away, tonight we want to continue our series, Tax Time. The IRS says the average refund amount so far this tax season has been just under $3,000. That's actually about 10% lower than a year ago. So in tonight's Money Watch, CBS's Mark Strausman has tips to help you maximize your refunds.
Matt and Heather Mahalski own this custard store near Atlanta. Inflation's eating into their profit margin. The couple hoped for their typical tax treat, a healthy refund.
To have that little bit of extra money helps us deal with the seasonal nature of our business and the changing expenses in our business.
During the pandemic, the Mahalskis relied on government stimulus checks. A PPP loan kept their business afloat, and child tax credits for their 2 children boosted their tax refund. 2 years ago, that refund was $8,800. Last year, it dropped to $1,700. And this year, they owe $3,100.
Okay, what was your reaction? It's a rude awakening, yeah.
By one estimate, roughly 70% of Americans worry about tax refunds this year, mainly because of expiring pandemic relief programs. Take the enhanced child tax credit for families. It dropped from up to $3,600 per child to $2,000. Accountant Andrew Pulo says the time to get ahead of next year's tax return is now.
There's no silver bullet to this.
Correct. It's a series of planning. So planning for contributions to our health savings, planning for contributions to retirement, planning for contributions to our Blue College Savings Fund if you have children.
Experts like Pulos advise double checking for any missing deductions. And for a refund next year, consider adjusting your withholdings now.
There's nothing we can do about it other than just, react to it and manage the money as best we can.
This tax season is like their custard. No artificial sweeteners. Mark Strassman, CBS News, Atlanta.
Remember Elizabeth Holmes, once known as the youngest and wealthiest self-made female billionaire in the U.S.? Well, she's been ordered to go to prison. That story's next.
For COPD, ask your doctor about Breasttreat. Breasttreat gives you better breathing, symptom improvement, and helps prevent flare-ups.
Breasttreat won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. It is not for asthma. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Don't take Breasttreat more than prescribed. Breasttreat may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsening breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur.
If you have COPD, ask your doctor about Breasttreat.
Your record label is taking off, but so is your sound engineer. You need to hire.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Indeed Instant Match instantly delivers quality candidates matching your job description. Visit Indeed.com/hire.
If you have bladder accident today, I get it. That was me until I ditched all the pads and pills and found real relief with Axonics therapy. I want that for you too. Go to findrealrelief.com to get started. Your life is waiting.
Bring into savings and refresh your home at Ashley with up to 30% off designer picks, where we have a selection of items created by our elite team just for you. Plus, special financing options for every budget, only at Ashley.
Do you struggle with occasional nerve aches in your hands or feet? Try Nervive Nerve Relief from the world's #1 selling nerve care company. Nervive contains alpha-lipoic acid to relieve occasional nerve aches, weakness, and discomfort. Try Nervive Nerve Relief.
There's a different way to treat HIV. It's every other month injectable Cabenuva. For adults who are undetectable, Cabenuva is the only complete long-acting HIV treatment you can get every other month.
Cabenuva helps keep me undetectable. It's 2 injections given by my healthcare provider every other month.
It's one less thing to think about while traveling.
HIV pills aren't on my mind. A quick change in my plans is no big deal.
Don't receive Cabenuva if you're allergic to its ingredients or if you're taking certain medicines which may interact with Cabenuva. Serious side effects include allergic reactions, post-injection reactions, liver problems, and depression. If you have a rash and other allergic reaction symptoms, stop Cabenuva and get medical help right away. Tell your doctor if you have liver problems or mental health concerns, and if you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or considering pregnancy. Some of the most common side effects include injection site reactions, fever, and tiredness. If you switch to Cabenuva, attend all treatment appointments.
Every other month, and I'm good to go.
Ask your doctor about every other month Cabenuva.
Elizabeth Holmes, the founder of the failed blood testing company Theranos, has been ordered to report to prison on April 27th and begin her 11-year sentence for defrauding investors. Holmes, now 39, has 2 young children and had been trying to remain free while she appeals her convictions. A dramatic hostage standoff unfolded today at a Wells Fargo bank near here in Arlington, Virginia. Police say a man tried to rob the bank, saying he had a weapon. Officers swarmed the building. 5 hostages, including a child, were safely released, and then the suspect was taken into custody. The price of mailing a letter is likely going up again. How much and when? Well, we've got that news when we come back.
COVID-19 and being overweight makes it more risky. I'm calling my doctor. If it's COVID, Paxlovid.
Authorized for emergency use, Paxlovid is an oral treatment for people 12 and up who have mild to moderate COVID-19 and have a high risk factor for it becoming severe.
My symptoms are mild now, but I'm not waiting. If it's COVID, Paxlovid.
Having even one risk factor, like being over 50, diabetes, or smoking, increases your chances of severe COVID. Taken within 5 days of symptoms, Paxlovid reduced the risk of developing severe COVID-19 by 86%.
Paxlovid may strengthen or weaken other medicines.
Taking it with certain medicines may cause life-threatening side effects or affect how Paxlovid works. So it's critical to tell your doctor about all medicines you take, including herbal supplements, because lab tests or changing the dose of your medicines may be needed. Tell your doctor if you have any serious illnesses, allergies, liver or kidney disease, are pregnant or plan to become pregnant, are breastfeeding or use birth control. Paxlovid may affect how your birth control works. Don't take Paxlovid if you're allergic to nirmatrelvir, ritonavir, or any of its ingredients. Serious side effects can include allergic reactions, liver problems, and issues with HIV medicines. Other side effects include altered taste, diarrhea, high blood pressure, muscle aches, abdominal pain, nausea, and feeling unwell.
With my asthma, I knew it could be riskier. It's COVID. Paxlovid. Ask your doctor or pharmacist if Paxlovid is right for you.
Angie's List is losing a list. From now on, it's just Angie.
Oh, I get it. You're all Gen Z now.
Not exactly. Hi, it's because now you can compare upfront prices and book a service instantly.
Sounds easy.
Super easy. Start your home project at Angie.com.
Red Lobster presents fun dining. Taste buds need not be faithful to one shrimp dish. Thrill the rich shrimp 3 ways. Try the new Cajun Shrimp Trio. Richly seasoned with Cajun flavor. That's a bold new way for shrimp 3 ways. Welcome to fun dining.
Got this, buddy. You got it.
During an asthma attack, every second feels like an eternity. Primatene Mist works fast. It's clinically shown to open airways quickly. Get the #1 FDA-approved over-the-counter asthma inhaler. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again.
This is our premium platinum coverage map, and this is consumer cellular's map. See the difference?
No, I don't see the difference. Do you?
Well, that one's purple. Exactly. That's our premium.
What does that mean?
I think it means it costs more.
For the same coverage.
That's what makes it premium. That doesn't make sense, does it? No, but it is premium. I'd just go with consumer cellular. I just say, get the exact same coverage as the nation's leading carriers, starting at $20. Consumer cellular.
We are so excited we just can't hide it.
CBS Mornings. Weekdays on CBS.
The president of Rutgers University says he may take legal action to stop a faculty strike. 9,000 union members walked out on Monday seeking higher pay. The strike is impacting 67,000 students at Rutgers, which is New Jersey's state university. Well, it may soon cost you more to mail a letter. The Postal Service wants to raise the price of a first-class stamp another 3 cents to 66 cents. That's the 4th rate hike in 2 years. If approved, the increase takes effect on July 9th. A change in military rules clears an Air Force mother to fly during pregnancy. We'll have her story next.
Now ADT professionally installs Google Nest products. Cool. Awesome. So your home is safe and smart. We're gonna miss you. Our system, we should go. Google's trusted name in home security adds the intelligence of Google. You have a home with no worries. Brought to you by ADT.
When pain says, I'm here, I say, so are they. Just one Aleve. 12 hours of uninterrupted pain relief. Aleve. Who do you take it for?
For people who are a little intense about hydration, Neutrogena Hydro Boost. Lightweight, fragrance-free, 48-hour hydration for that healthy skin glow. Neutrogena for people with skin.
She is fearless. Hearts on the line. Depend silhouette, keeping leaks off her mind. Comfortable in shapewear fabric, she moves with ease. Confident on nights like these. Depend silhouette. The only thing stronger than us is you.
What's this?
That's for Pepper.
You keep dog food in your fridge?
It's not dog food, it's fresh pet. Real meat, no veggies.
It's dog food.
You were so right about her.
Right now at Ashley, get 0% interest for 60 months on select best-selling mattresses. And visit your local Ashley store to experience our test press and learn about savings options throughout the store with qualifying mattress purchases. Visit your local Ashley store or ashley.com for better sleep and savings today.
Ready to shine from the inside out? Say yes to Nature's Bounty Advanced Gummies and Jelly Beans, the #1 brand for hair, skin, and nails, with 2 times more biotin to bring out more of your inner beauty. Get more with Nature's Bounty.
My son really had to be head of the household because I became a dependent. My tip is, every time I wanted to smoke a cigarette, I would think of my children.
You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT NOW.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. With the money you save, we tried electric unicycles.
I think I got it.
Doggy paddle. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
I was stuck. Unresolved depression symptoms were in my way. I needed more from my antidepressant. Vraylar helped give it a lift. Adding Vraylar to an antidepressant is clinically proven to help relieve overall depression symptoms better than an antidepressant alone. And in Vraylar clinical studies, most saw no substantial impact on weight. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke, report unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults, report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, as these may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, weight gain, and high cholesterol may occur. Movement dysfunction and restlessness are common side effects. Stomach and sleep issues, dizziness, increased appetite, and fatigue are also common. Side effects may not appear for several weeks.
I didn't have to change my treatment. I just gave it a lift.
Ask about Vraylar and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Tonight, I trained with all the greats. The Pennsylvania Pummeler, Scranton Scrapper, Kaiser Wilhelm. Come on! Here's new with Jennifer Garner. Tonight on CBS.
Finally tonight, a story familiar to many parents, feeling like they have to choose between a career and family. Well, we meet one military mom proving that the sky's the limit. B-1 bombers are some of the fastest planes in the U.S. Air Force.
It's a really, really fun airplane to fly.
For Majors Lauren and Mark Olney, they also gave liftoff to their love story. Where did you two meet?
We met at the United States Air Force Academy. The rest is history.
These pilots are now expecting. Mom is among the first pregnant pilots to fly an ejection seat plane in the Air Force. So you have flown supersonic pregnant, is that right?
Yes. Looked over and I saw Mark in the other aircraft and knew that flying with my husband in the other aircraft and carrying hopefully the next generation bomber pilot while flying supersonic was quite the memory.
Until last year, the Air Force made it nearly impossible for pregnant women to keep flying. Mark, what did you think of the policy change?
Now, the Air Force, who has spent a lot of time and resources to develop these professional pilots who are female, they can continue to contribute in the ways that they want to.
It keeps us doing what we're passionate about for as long as we possibly can. It gives us the choice to continue to fly. So we're doing our primary jobs even while pregnant.
Well, as a mother of three, I have to say a onesie is a lot like a flight suit.
We do have a lot of Air Force onesies in the nursery.
Proof that moms can do just about anything. Well, that's tonight's CBS Evening News. I'm Nora O'Donnell. We'll see you right back here tomorrow. Good night.
With over 15 years of experience as your local lawn health provider, Lawn Plus knows what it takes to provide our customers with a thick, healthy lawn. We offer fertilization and weed control programs, aeration, and seeding, as the best defense against weeds is a thick turf. If your current lawn care company is providing 6 to 8 applications, that is far too many. We offer the highest quality products and service to get the best results in just 4 applications a year. Call us today for a free estimate, and remember, if you give a weed an inch, it'll take a yard.
We got big electric rate increases coming. Cleveland, 93%. Columbus, up to 30%. Dayton, you already got sled. And you're going to pay for it when this hot summer sets in. The most expensive part of your utility bill is to cool your home. So if you don't want to spend a small fortune, let me offset these costs by foaming your home. We still have the $99 a month to foam your walls. Plus, we got the kickback of $1,200 on the energy credit.
USA Insulation.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Nicole Bryan. Storm Center 7 is weather coverage.
From sunny Pictures Studio, it's America's Day. Ladies and gentlemen, here are the stars of our show. Sid Jack and Vanna White. That's right, we have a shot there. How you going? Are you doing all right?
Thank you.
I'm on.
right, grab those things and let's get on with it here. $1,000, our first toss-up. The category is person. Vanna is in her place, and here we go. Michelle.
Upstanding citizen.
That is it. Yeah, you got it. As I'm sure you are, Michelle Philpott is here from Dover, New Hampshire, a pediatric occupational therapist.
Yes, I actually opened up my own practice earlier in the year, and I work with kids of all ages, and I help them to develop skills to live their life more independently.
Terrific, and good luck with the new practice.
Thank you.
You married?
Yes, to my wonderful husband, Graham. We've been married for about a year and a half.
Now, you're in New Hampshire, and that's the White Mountains up there. And so talk about what you're doing here with the mountains.
Yeah, so my husband and I, we are on a journey to complete all 40 of the 4,000 footers.
Wow.
And we have done 45 so far, so we're almost there.
Terrific. Well, good luck with that, too. You got a lot going on. Good to have you here. Hi, Justin.
Hi.
Justin Orshland is here from Kansas City, Missouri.
Missouri.
Your principal.
I am at Eagle Heights Elementary School in Smithville.
I have a feeling the kids really like you.
Most days. Most days.
Married?
Married. Have an amazing, very patient husband, Ben, and 2 boys we adopted, Landon and Talon. Landon is 10, Talon is 9.
And you're a candle collector.
I am a candle collector. I don't refer to them as candles. I call them my girls. I have between 30 and 35, so it's about $2,000 worth of candles. We don't burn them, though. That's very important.
Look at the wick on her. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Nice having you here, Justin.
Thank you.
Hi, Tiffany.
Hi.
Tiffany Robinson is from North Las Vegas, and let's see, a military brat, huh?
Yes. I was born in California, but I've spent many years living in Japan, Germany, California, and Las Vegas for the last 18 years.
Well, that's pretty cool. Okay. Were you born in a castle? Is this true?
I like to joke around and tell people I was born in a castle.
What were you?
No, I was really born at a base called Castle Air Force
Oh,
Base.
man, I was gonna bow down to the royalty. Yeah. I appreciate it. Big bingo player, huh?
Yeah, recent habit I just picked up. I like to go to a local casino and play a little bingo with my mom.
Well, that sounds like fun. It's always good to do anything with mom. All right, everybody, get ready. We'll do another toss-up here. This is worth $2,000. We'll also decide who will start the first round. On the map, that is the category. And here we go. Tiffany.
Dallas, Texas.
Well, that's sure. One of the few places you haven't lived. Jim, do you have anything up there?
I'll have something for you right up my sleeve. Here's tonight's featured prize. Travel with Colette and step into a mix of scenery, culture, and history in vibrant Croatia. From Dubrovnik's iconic city walls and ancient Diocletian's palace to peaceful Kiditse Lakes National Park. Discover all this paradise on the Adriatic has to offer. Colette, travelers first since 1918. Visit Colette.com. $12,100.
Like that. Quite a trip. Showbiz, that's the category for this first round puzzle. There it is. And Tiffany, you won the right to spin it first. Come on.
Tiffany.
650.
T.
Yeah, there are 3 T's. An excellent beginning. Almost $2,000.
I'd like to buy a vowel. A.
We'll give her an A. Yeah.
I'd like to buy another vowel. E.
Well, I'm afraid there's no E. And we go to you, Michelle. 700.
R.
Yep, 1 R. 900.
L.
There is no L. And Justin, it's your turn.
Come on, Leo.
I know. There are worse times for that to happen. Tiffany. Get out of there. 700.
N.
Yes, there are 2 N's. Almost $3,000 now.
Can I buy another vowel? O.
There you go. 2 O's. 650.
S.
One S. Vowel, spin what?
I'll buy another vowel. I.
Yeah, that's the one we wanted. Two I's. And all the vowels are gone now, Tiffany, so it's spin the wheel or solve the puzzle. Don't. That was bad timing. I'm sorry, Michelle. 650.
G.
Yeah, two G's.
I'd like to solve
Okay.
chart-topping hit song.
That is it. So, 2,000, you got the toss up earlier, so 3,000. That was the early lead on the show, and we're going to take a break, and we're going to give away lots more money. Stay with us.
So what are we gonna do today?
Our show.
Oh yeah.
Starting April 17th on Channel 7. At Window World in Dayton, our windows are made in the USA, backed by a good housekeeping seal, and come with a lifetime energy efficient window. Ask about our triple pane glass option. Call Window World now to schedule your free quote.
Get to MVG on Saturday, April 29th for your chance to win $50,000 in cash. Hi, I'm Barbara Corker. Choosing the right agent is important, so you'll want to review their performance before hiring them. In Dayton, you can trust Tammy Holmes. Call Tammy Holmes, and you won't go wrong.
Fazoli's fan favorite, baked fettuccine Alfredo is back. Fettuccine noodles topped with rich, creamy Alfredo and mozzarella cheese, baked to golden perfection for only $5.99, including our famous unlimited breadsticks. Only at Fazoli's, where life is better with breadsticks.
Window World, custom-built, American-made products are delivered to communities and installed in homes across the nation. Our commitment to homeowners from coast to coast is why we're America's largest exterior remodeler.
We're with Oscar winner Nicolas Cage, his Moonstruck memories.
Guess what?
No, you did not.
Next, DT.
American Idol brought to you by the following.
During an asthma attack, every second feels like an eternity. Primatene Mist opens airways quickly. Get the #1 FDA-approved over-the-counter asthma inhaler. Cats want taste. You want healthy ingredients. With Blue Tastables, you don't have to compromise. Available in dry, wet, and flavors.
Tonight's mystery round is brought to you by Eggland's Best Eggs. There's only one egg that tastes better with more vitamins and less saturated fat. Doesn't your family deserve the best? Better taste, better nutrition, better eggs. Only Eggland's Best. $10,000.
So, category is before and after. Keep that in mind as you play. And Michelle, you're going to spin first. 700.
T.
There is no T, and you go to Justin. Oh boy.
S.
There's one S. Pick up that trip. That's that tour of Croatia that Jim talked about for $12,100. Get $500 cash if you want to buy anything.
I'd like to buy a vowel.
What?
A.
There's one A. She'll have 250.
I'd like to buy another vowel. E.
Yes, we have that as well. One E.
Come on.
And it's 700, don't worry.
T.
Let's see, that has been called. I'm sorry.
Man.
But don't let it throw you. It happens all the time. Tiffany.
R.
Yes, 2 R's. Pick up that gift card. Please, that's $500 cash and a $500 gift card for Molly B's Gourmet Cookies. You have that, and you have $1,000. 500.
C.
Yeah, there's a C.
I'd like to buy a vowel. O.
Let's say that. Good for you. 2 O's. $700.
N.
3 N. because you won $4,350 and it's up to $6,350. Now she has the lead, but something's going to change next round. We'll do the prize project coming up.
Stay tuned. We've got more spinning and winning coming up after this.
Stella uses T-Mobile for her internet and mobile service. Abby has Spectrum One. What's the difference? With T-Mobile, Stella pays a lot more.
I do.
Her T-Mobile home internet costs $50 a month, and her mobile line costs $45 a month.
Plus monthly fees. Ouch.
Plus, Stella's T-Mobile home internet slows down at peak times. Abby gets fast and reliable internet that's there when she needs it most.
It's really fast.
Advanced Wi-Fi for enhanced privacy and security, and an unlimited mobile line with nationwide 5G, all for $49.99 a month. Go to spectrum.com/save more to see how much you can save, or call us and we'll do it for you. With Spectrum One, Abby is saving over $50 a month.
That's over $600 in savings. I'm switching to Spectrum.
Get Spectrum Internet for only $49.99 a month, plus free advanced Wi-Fi and a free unlimited mobile line. Visit spectrum.com/save-more or call 833-718-4999 today.
They remind us of the wonder of living and the power of quiet moments. That put life into focus. The mountains are calling. Plan your next memory at gatlinburg.com.
Kind of early for that.
Like being prepared.
Nailed it.
Same goes for ACification.
Air conditioning now?
Now's the time to get your AC set for summer.
Nothing beats a CJS yesification.
Our grandma-approved techs go way beyond ordinary tune-ups.
Calibrating your condenser outside
Checking your evaporator inside.
and inspecting everything in between.
Yesify now. Keep cool all summer.
Guaranteed?
Guaranteed. Help me with sunblock.
He's Jim.
She's Val.
We're CJS Heating and Air.
.com.
Oh, hello. Thing is the category for this next round, which happens to be our prize puzzle round, and our prize puzzle guy, Justin, will start.
All right, thanks.
Well,
Yeah.
you just gotta keep plugging away, my friend. I'm sorry, Tiffany. $8.50.
S.
Well, there's no S, so Michelle, see what you can do.
It would be okay to get your meds.
Two T's.
Yeah.
There we go. $1,800.
I like to buy that out.
Yeah.
E.
There's an E, and there's another E, and there's a third E, I believe. $5.50.
N.
Two N's.
I like to buy that out. O.
But no O. Just give it another try here.
All right.
Justin, Justin! Go to the principal's office. Tiffany. $900.
R.
There's an R. Now you have a little money. $900.
I'd like to buy that out.
Okay.
A.
Yes, two A's. $600.
L.
No L, Michelle. Oh, man. Justin, you want to buy this for me, or? Yeah.
I'll spin.
Okay, good. Come on, it's gotta get better, doesn't it? It does.
Can I just spin again? It's fine.
If it were within my power, you could, but it's not.
Okay.
You gotta obey.
I try.
You understand rules.
I do.
Tiffany. Boy, this is. Oh, there you go.
M.
Yeah, there's an M. $900.
G.
Yeah, there's a G. Oh, man.
I like this all.
You would, huh? Well, go ahead.
Magnificent weather.
That's it. Michelle, you're going to Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic.
Caribbean sunrise. Your paradise awaits at Marcelo Bavaro Palace in Punta Cana. Savor a large variety of cuisine. Relax and soak in the sun at one of the top 10 beaches in the world. Air travel courtesy of FlightGuru.com. The online answer for discount prices and superior service. Shop, click, and book your next trip with FlightGuru.com. $8,225.
How nice. And suddenly, Michelle is in the lead with $11,225. Congratulations to you. And we're going to do a triple toss up in Justin. There's no spin. We'll do that.
Blue Amy put me back in the game. It's the powerful relief my joints need.
Blue Easy. It works fast and you won't stink.
At Papa John's, we start with better. Like our fresh, never frozen dough made from 6 simple ingredients. And our dough can save you dough. Get 2 or more Papa Parents favorites for just $6.99 each. Order now on the app from Papa John's.
We got big electric rate increases coming. Cleveland, 93%. Columbus up to 30%. Dayton, you're the best land. You're going to pay for it when this hot summer sets in. The most expensive part of your utility bill is to cool your home. So if you don't want to spend a small fortune, let me offset these costs by foaming your home. We still have the $99 a month to foam your walls. Plus, we got the kickback of $1,200 on the energy credit.
USA Insulation. Does that cloud look like a giraffe?
Yeah. And that one looks like a weird bird.
A puffin. Like our insurance mascot.
Speaking of the policy puffin, any update on our insurance claim?
No, not yet. With some insurance companies, you get a mascot. With NJM, you get a top-rated claims experience and a dedicated rep whose priority is you.
What about the tarp back up there?
I'll go get the ladder. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. NJM.
Historically, sauces are either sweet or spicy, but Arby's new King's Hawaiian Chicken Sandwich is both, because Arby's makes both history and sandwiches. Arby's, we have the meat.
Maybe we can give away $10,000 tonight in a triple toss-up. All that one person has to do is solve all 3 of these. Anyway, $2,000 apiece. Food and drink. Here's number 1. Tiffany.
Angel hair pasta.
Yes, ma'am. Which takes us, if I haven't lost count, to number 2. And that's Michelle.
Fettuccine Alfredo.
Yes, that's it. One more left. Who we get it? Let's find out. Michelle?
Spaghetti sauce.
Nope. Everybody else? Justin?
Spaghetti squash.
Give him money. Spoken like a man who's been eating spaghetti squash.
Sure happened.
Squash that looks like spaghetti. Well, it's not. Anyway, the important thing is you have $2,000, which is nice, and let's you can get some more. Phrase, that's the category for this next round. And, Justin, you're controlling the wheel. Time is running short, so give it a final spin for us.
Okay.
Let's go.